Who don't represent certified foundational Black America? That don't represent for certified foundational Black America. Who is running around here with the fish nuggets and the hush puppies? That person. Who don't represent us? That person. Who was out there tap dancing and begging and pleading that they could get some love? That person. Those people, and none of those people represent our people, because y'all got me laughing already. Certified salute. Let's go.
I want the whole damn world to hear this. And that is that foundational Black Americans. We didn't just build America. We created America. We're made in America.
That's right.
We're born in America and raised in America. We're from America, so we love America, and they not like us. We run America. Certified salute.
Y'all had me laughing, man. I'm looking at the chat early. Y'all messing up my intro, certifieds. The roasting has already started 5 minutes before we pulled up, but we in here right now. Let's go to work. Certified salute to the whole team. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I already see the whole Texas is in the building. I see California's in the building. Yes, indeed, certified salute to Chicago. Fort Washington, Maryland's in the building. Y'all know y'all got me cracking up. FBA all day, Cincinnati, Ohio. Atlanta's in here. Gotta show love. Mississippi's in here. Gotta show more love, family. Zero collard greens, all damn day. Augusta, Georgia's in here. Another Chicago. I see another Florida. Jacksonville represent 904, 718. Minneapolis, I already know. Watts in here. Watts up. Texas in here. Columbia, South Carolina. Louisiana was happening. Denver. I see Mississippi. I see Michigan. I see Wisconsin. Midwest well represented. Atlanta all damn day. BX. I see Cleveland. You know I love Cleveland. Oklahoma City. You know I love Oklahoma City. I see the whole certified foundational Black Americans, and we all in here right now, and we just Black American legends, and everybody already knows it. Family, who don't represent foundational Black America? They don't. Who represents certified foundational Black America? Us. Who run the damn game? Who got him in the headlock? Who got him in the chokehold? Who's stepping on them? The grassroots. Family, it's the end of Clyburn. It's the end of the Democratic establishment and the plantation. Been told them for a long time, but they rather sang Negro spirituals. They'd rather out here reverse marching. They want to march from 2026 all the way back to 1956. But guess what? When you get there, you can hold your own nuts. And when you're here, you can hold your own nuts. Because foundational Black Americans, we hold this country in our palm. And you can't take it away from us, fam. You know I love the energy. Yes, family, they got us out here rolling. And they got us out here holding it down. And while we out here doing all of that, family, have you seen the Democrats crashing and burning? If you ain't seen it already, then watch it right here. Let's go.
You got me all tied up. Now you got me all tied up. My brother ain't doing nothing to nobody. Hey, doing nothing to nobody. You don't want What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Hey. You stupid mother. I'll walk him out. Y'all going? Let go. You got me all tied up. Now you got me all tied up. My brother ain't doing nothing to nobody. Hey, doing nothing to nobody. You don't walk out yourself.
What? How this man out here acting tough? How you out here trying to act like that? I know you don't think you tough, homeboy, because ain't that you right there? That is you right there. But I want to know how you right there turn into that right there. Hold up. Wait a minute. Y'all wouldn't bust a crumb in a butter biscuit fight. Stop playing. Who they think they are? Who they think they running? Who they think they scaring, family? Y'all see how these Democrats go extra hard for everybody other than foundational Black America? That's why foundational Black America said everybody can hold your own with you, because we not. Y'all see this right here, fam? This is what's going on. All of the redistricts and all of the cutting up of all the maps got these people tripping out. I'm going to start off the broadcast, family, just like this, because y'all had me laughing at the chat earlier because y'all already dropping receipts. If you want receipts, watch the chat, family, and we just going to double back. Fam, this ain't about foundational Black Americans. This is about blackface politicians. That's why they so mad, fam. This ain't got nothing to do with us. No. They're trying to make it look like their problem is our problem, but it ain't the same. What they got going on amongst themselves is amongst themselves. This has nothing to do with FBA. See, they want to make it look like what affects the Black politician affects the foundational Black American citizen. Shit, no, it don't. Fam, are your job at stake? Mine's not at stake. Hey, we good. Fam, we all getting up and we got a place to work tomorrow. Do they? What they really upset is that the redistricts of the maps got every last one of them scared. And y'all remember them two Justins in Tennessee? Y'all remember them, family? That was the ones they was trying to be the junior boule. That was the junior boule right there, fam. And they was running around here and they was doing the same old outdated tactics that the Democrats been doing for years, and we ain't got no time for it. Let it be known. Certified foundational Black America in the grassroots, we run it. And everybody else just run it. Everybody else is afraid. See, we have captured the heart and the mind of the community. They haven't. We have captured what's really going on with the people. See, fam, we appeal to your average, everyday, working class Black American who's out here getting it. You know, the ones who have jobs. See, the problem is now, since the Democrats never wanted to write policies that help Black Americans get jobs, now Black Americans are watching all of them lose their jobs, and we ain't coming to help them. See, you couldn't get any type of economic plan, hate crime protection, reparations. You didn't want to do none of that for Black America. And since you couldn't ensure us to get jobs, well, we're not going to help you keep your job. You're fired. Pink slip, fam. Do y'all know how many Democrats are about to lose their job because of this redistricting? This is a massive story. This is one of the biggest stories to come out in the last decade. And that's good, y'all, because what happens is when the maps get cut up, you can't have them Democrats who are getting the vote blue no matter who. This is why I told everybody, vote blue no matter who essentially means nothing anymore. Let me tell you why vote blue no matter who used to work. Because they would always win in those old dinosaur districts of people who didn't care about jobs. They just vote blue no matter who. Didn't care about tangibles. Didn't care about reparations. Hell, Clyburn oversaw the sixth poorest district in the United States of America. Somehow he kept getting voted for. Fam, look at this right here. I want y'all to look at your screen. Voila. Look at this, family. 17 terms? What the hell have you done to deserve that? This is the most weak public reputation ever. Nobody takes this guy serious. Hell no. And foundational Black Americans ain't taking him serious. Fam, they was running around here trying to give us those people. Those ain't no damn certified sisters. Hell, half of them are tethers in the first damn place. We ain't got no sympathy for no damn Democrat. You get what you get. So now the fact that the maps are all getting cut up, you're not going to win no vote. Therefore, you stuck. You had your opportunity. Yep, you should have listened, but you ain't want to listen. And speaking of them not listening, this man right here, he was running around and he was talking all of that. Move out my way, man. Get out my way. But son, you ain't bubbling like that. You ain't got nothing in you like that. What I said, fam, you wouldn't bust a crumb in a butter biscuit fight. Hell no. And then somehow he turned into this right here. And that right there has been running around here and talking all this. Hallelujah. Can't you see? Fam, performative politics are done. And performative politics comes from the Democrats. What is their performance that they're doing? I mean, their epic, horrible failure of performative politics. They run around here and they act like Southern preachers from 1950. And they're trying to push a message from 1950 on Black Americans in the 2000s, and we ain't going for it. Hell no. You better take that somewhere else, back to the plantation. You can dance with Massa over there, but you better get the hell up out of here when you come around us. Fam, look at this dude right here. Look at this man. Fam, is this who they're trying to get to represent us? Watch this.
I believe to the well. I believe in a division. People who've been ostracized coming to the well. And I see white folk and black folk. I see queer folk and straight folk. I see rich folk and poor folk coming from the back to the well of justice right now. Not tomorrow, but right now. Justice right now. It is this movement that's going to change this country. It's this movement in this moment in time that's going to change the country. And I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Yes, I'm glad. Oh, I'm glad. Yes, I'm glad. I'm so glad.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this, black folks? This is who are supposed to be the people who get us reparations? This is who's supposed to be the people who get foundational Black American policies? Hell no. But this is who they've been pushing for the longest amount of time, and we ain't going for it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm glad. Are you glad? Are you glad?
All hopes seem to be lost. Representatives were thrown out of the state house. Democracy seemed to be at its end. Seemed like the NRA and gun lobbyists might win.
He doesn't even talk like that. Family, he doesn't even talk like that. Why is he speaking like that? All hope was lost. The gun lobby and the NRA would come here today. All the Democrats been doing is giving us a bunch of old, outdated civil rights reenactments. And we are saying enough. That ain't gonna work. You better come to the table and try again. That is it right there. Oh, it gets worse, fam. If you think that's bad, watch this.
And you, yes, God sent you to flip the tables of poverty. God sent you to flip the tables of destitution. God sent you to tip the tables of the attacks on humanity. God sent you. God sent you. God sent you. God sent you. God sent you.
And the grassroots sent you a damn chair so you can sit the hell down and a pink slip to go with it. Look at this. Pathetic.
God sent you. 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 God brought you out of the cosmos to flip the tables of this whole world. God called you out of heaven to flip the tables of this whole world. So no weapon formed against you.
What?
So no weapon. So no weapon. This whole world. So no weapon.
He's doing the damn preacher backward step. Fam, you tell me the white politician that does something like this. Tell me the Latino one that does something like this. The damn people across the country don't accept this. And this is what they always try to feed us, y'all.
Formed against you will be able to prosper. No weapon formed against you will be able to prosper. So speak on, fight on, believe on, flip the tables, 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 let them talk, flip the table. Surely.
What? What?
Goodness and mercy will follow me all the day.
No! No! No, Black Americans! No! This is over with. We will not stand for this type of buffoonery. We will not stand for this boule buffoonery. Never no more. I don't know what's worse. The fact that he's doing it or the fact that they clapping. They're sitting there clapping, brothers and sisters. Like this is the thing to do. You can't win with this. You ain't gonna get no money with this. This is why the foundational Black American grassroots don't put a boot up them. And now they gone forever. Bye. Redistrict. Can't happen quick enough. Goodbye.
On, flip the tables, 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 let them talk, flip the table. Surely.
No.
goodness and mercy will follow me all the day.
Stop. Family, you do know who those people right there clapping are, don't you? You know who those people are sitting there clapping, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you who those are. Those people clapping, they look very familiar to Black Alpha. I've seen those people before. Where did I see those people before? You know why he's sitting there doing all that boule buffoonery, running all over the place, and they sitting there clapping like it's the best thing they ever saw? Oh, those are the same people that was getting mad and booing when I stood up and checked Kamala. There you go, fam. Because if you seen one COON, you done seen them all. That's who it was. It's the same exact people. Oh, no, they not paid. You ain't got to pay for buffoonery. No. You can pull them off the street. Listen, why you got to pay for them when they'll do it for free? They'll do it for free. I know that's hard for us to wrap our certified foundational Black American grassroots minds around, fam. They ain't plants. No, fam. They may be on the plantation, but you ain't got to get a plant shield. No. They doing it for free. Trust me, fam. You can walk right on down the street, go to your local church. All the folks saying, Kamala. And remember, they were saying, Hillary. Do you think you got to pay them folks? Fam, they vote for nothing. So why would they want any money? They will COON for free, fam. Those were the same people that I just personally seen in Savannah. It's the, you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to say nothing. We ain't got to get nothing. As long as I can goes and I can vote for the Democrat. It's the Stockholm Syndrome people. That's who it is. It's the folks who ain't left the plantation. That's who it is. What I told you, family. We are the descendants of certified foundational Black Americans in the grassroots who ain't never ran. We the people who stood on 10. We the people who built this country. They're the descendants of people who said, we're going to stay on the plantation and maybe Massa will come back one day. Somebody give them the alert and the alarm that the Civil War is over. You ain't got to pick cotton no more. They don't want to stop picking cotton, family. They love picking cotton. If they can do it for Massa, that's who they are, fam. They're the descendants of that. That's exactly who they are. And we have shut them down. That's why you're seeing them left and right. They still talking about this summer of freedom, family. No. This is the summer of the regulators. This is the pull-up summer because it's brought to you by us. So those individuals, there's no room for them no more, fam. There's no room no more for those people or that type of energy at all. And we are making that shift. It's the takeover, and it's been took over, and it's been brought to you by us. We appear courtesy of Black America. Yes, indeed. Look at this, fam. They out there clapping. They was the same ones out there saying, Black Alpha so's mean. No, Black Alpha a rider. And you still riding on that plantation.
All the days.
Jesus is black. We could also say Jesus is gay. Jesus is gay. Hey, Jesus is gay. Hey, Jesus is gay. Is gay. Is gay.
Y'all heard that? I told you it got worse. As if all that flipped the chair. It's the days and the massa. As if it wasn't already bad enough. Here comes this statement. Do these people represent us, fam? Answer, hell no.
All the days.
Jesus is black. We could also say Jesus is gay. Jesus is gay. Hey, Jesus is gay. Hey, Jesus is gay. Is gay. Is gay. And any other identity being humiliated.
No. Fam, you don't think I was going to sit there and see him say something like that without having to get some certified regulating up in here? Yeah, checkmate. alert! Punk alert! Y'all want me to slow that down? Somebody said slow it down. I seen a couple people say slow it down. Do I got to slow them down, running family? Okay, we gonna go ahead and do that, fam. I'm a man of the people, y'all. A punk alert and a punk detected. There it goes. Watch this buffoonery, y'all. We starting off roasting. Here it is. Here it go.
God called you out of heaven to flip the tables of this whole world. So no weapon formed against you. So no weapon. So no weapon. This whole world. So no weapon.
No, family. And I bet he got no girlfriend. But he probably got 5 boyfriends.
Prosper. So speak on, fight on, believe on, flip on, flip the tables, 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 let them talk, flip the tables. Surely.
Here we go, y'all.
Goodness and mercy will follow me all the day.
What the hell is this? No, fire them all. I want all the Democratic shields fired. No more. It's over, y'all. I'm calling for the immediate firing of all Democratic shields. I want to prosecute them at the fullest extent of the law because he is tap dancing at the fullest extent of a Sambo. So we're going to fullest extent. He needs the fullest extent behind bars. This is punishable. This is treason. Somebody get Tom Homan on the phone, get Cash Patel on the phone. You need to get the local sheriff on the phone. Put this man behind bars because this man does not represent us at all.
Goodness and mercy will follow me all the day.
Oh! No! And about right there, I would have stuck my foot out and tripped him. Since he tripping any damn way. No, brothers and sisters, no. But watch, y'all. This is how they fighting right now.
We're seeing protests in the Tennessee Capitol where the House just advanced a new congressional map that would carve up Tennessee's only Democratic and Black majority district, which includes Memphis. The measure is now in the Senate. Tennessee is the latest state to jump into the redistricting battle following that sweeping Supreme Court decision that weakened the landmark Voting Rights Act. Now, some Democrats are warning this gerrymandering sprint challenges the very idea of democracy.
Stop. And fam, that man doesn't challenge anything at all other than being extra moist. That is it. Fam, both of them, all of them. There you go. Boy, we done started out cooking. Family, these individuals are supposed to be the representation for Black people? No, it is time for an overhaul, a complete removal of all blackface politicians who get failing grades based on the consensus and the mass of foundational Black Americans. We done checked their paperwork. All of it done came back filthy, extra dirty. So therefore, they all got to leave, y'all. They all got to go. And they are about to go because that redistricting has them tripping out. So this is why he's running all slow and he's preaching and he's doing all that. And he's going to run right into the unemployment line. Fam, that's why he kept running. You ain't heard? He was running because he's running straight to go try to pick up a check because that's the only check that they're going to be able to get, fam. They're not going to be able to get none out here in these streets, fam. No. It's over for them. Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, brothers and sisters. It's a wrap. None of these people can come back. Everybody already knows how it is, how it's going down. This summer is actually turning into the end of the Democratic plantation summer. See, they think that they're going to go out here and march and sing Negro spirituals. I'm going to tell you now, that ain't going to work. That ain't going to work at all. But I'll tell you what is going to happen. What's going to happen is a lot of them are going to look at these midterms and boom, it's going to be over with for them, fam. It's going to be over with. I told everybody the fish fry is done, y'all. It's over with. I don't know what they think they was going to do. I don't know how long they thought they was going to do it. But I'm going to tell you, all that done came to a halt. All of that done got wrapped up. Clyburn is out here petrified. He's scared. He don't know what's happening next. He don't know where he's going to go. Oh, buddy's running straight to the unemployment line. Fam, they have nothing left. They have nowhere to go. And foundational Black Americans are stronger than ever. That's a bad combination for them. A very bad combination for them. But guess what it is for us, fam? It's business as usual. And you have got to love it. But fam, you know that man was cosplaying, not just because he was acting a straight fool. No, you know he was cosplaying because when people went back and they looked at his paperwork and you seen him back in the day, family, tell me how in the hell he went from this to this.
Jay Pearson, and I'm running for president of BSG. There are a few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Here, you've had 3 strikes laws, mass incarceration, denied us of who we are, and we are still here. And today, you will take the only majority Black district from us. But I want you to know, and I want my nephew, sons, and the future to know, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try and break us and make us bend and make us quit, we will still be here.
What? Excuse me? How in the hell did he go from that first one to this? Nah, bruh.
Few reasons that we're running this campaign this year. One has to do with representation. How can we represent all voices in a conversation? I wanted to do this by partnering with organizations from the Boone Democrats to the Boone Republicans. I want to bring together different voices, dissenting voices, voices that may be more liberal or more conservative, in order that we can reach a point of sort of the radical middle.
Here, you've had 3 strikes laws, mass incarceration, denied us of who we are, and we are still here. And today, you will take the only majority Black district from us. But I want you to know, and I want my nephew, sons, and the future to know, no matter what you do, no matter how much you try and break us and make us bend and make us quit, we will still be here.
But that ain't what everybody's seeing right now. It look like you ain't gonna be there. That's why y'all are crashing out. Family, it's a beautiful time to be certified. It's a beautiful time to be certified and a beautiful time to be certified and alive, because certified stands on business and we multiply. This redistricting has all of them completely melting down. I mean, all of them are melting down. The cosplaying can't work anymore, fam. Think about what we just showed y'all. We talking about fake accents. We talking about food. We talking about a fake preacher, a fake deacon, and you got a bunch of fake people. Everything about them is fake. Everything about us is real. That's why, fam, we don't stand next to these people in any aspect at all. And we have to rejoice in it, fam. We have to rejoice. Let me say this. There is no future in the Democratic Party for Black America. We're going to go there today. And today, family, we're going to go all the way down the line. We're going to speak to a lot of souls, fam. Matter of fact, we're going to have the soul of our brother Malcolm X is going to speak. And Malcolm X was telling us this a long damn time ago, wasn't he, family? He said he don't have no Black man try to be a Democrat or Republican, because both of them have sold us out. Both of them have sold us completely out. Both parties have sold us out. Both parties are racist. The Democratic Party is more racist than the Republican Party. Since they want to talk about Brother Malcolm X, let Brother Malcolm X speak for Brother Malcolm X. Y'all don't have the soul of our brother. We do. Y'all don't have the soul of what we standing on. But foundational Black Americans got it. And foundational Black Americans in the grassroots have showed everybody what time it is. Oh, the days of that right there is over with. What they're going to have to understand, y'all, is that we right now are going through a cultural shift. Very rare do you have eras in time where there's out with the old, in with the new. The old way of doing things are done. The new way is ushered in. See, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that what we read about and talk about in the next 20 to 50 years is going to be based on what we do right now. You have on this side, the old outdated boule and all the fake preachers running around here, fake accents running around here. The only thing real about a Democratic shield is Roland Martin's stomach. Okay, now that's real. It's very big and very real, okay? That's the only thing. But outside of Roland's stomach, all five of them, they ain't doing nothing else real, fam. We got all the realness on our side. We got the will of the people on our side. We got the real energy on our side, the vibrations and the frequencies and everything that we got going right now is going right now. Y'all know, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it straight to the real. I got every email that y'all sent me because a lot of Black Americans was hitting me up saying, hey, bro, when, where, why? There you go. Holla at your boy. Yeah, fam. And I'm going to get back to everybody. Everybody going to get tapped in. But, man, I'm going to tell you right now, you'd be surprised how many brothers and sisters was emailing me in the middle of the broadcast. How many people was hitting me up. The baby boomers come out heavy. Like, yo, I'm 70 years old. Win, Alpha, let's go. I'm 77 years old. I'm ready to rock. Oh, I told everybody. I told you the grassroots ain't about age, nah. The grassroots is about what you got going on. It's upstairs. And family, it might just happen to be a parting gift because word on the curb is that this man is about to get fired because just today, the Senate in South Carolina have agreed to redraw his district. And let me tell you what a redrawn district is telling you. That means fired. That's what that means, fam. That's why they tripping out. That's why they losing their mind, y'all. Redistricting really means fired for a Democratic shield. That's exactly what it means. That means that Democratic shields are about to get fired. That's how it means. That's how they read it. That's how they see it. That's how we know it. That part. And family, they're so mad at Black Americans right now. They are so mad. Everybody's trying to blame us. How many videos y'all seen with people saying, this is because of y'all? All that, I ain't going to vote. And my vote don't mean nothing. You see, fam, we diagnosed the problem and we did something about it. They don't do nothing about it. All they do is run around, just run their mouth, fam. Okay, now they running out. What I told you, when we vote couch, they get kicked out. Everything that we say comes to light, fam. It comes to fruition. You're watching it happen in real time. So what you're seeing now is more and more people are coming out and they're trying to blame the foundational Black American grassroots for running these people out of Dodge. We right now are solely responsible for what they got going on. Solely responsible. Let me say that back one more time, family. The foundational Black American grassroots are solely responsible for these Democratic shields getting fired based on the redistricting of the map. When we sat here 2 months ago and we called out Jasmine Crockett, and we right here said that this was going to be a domino effect across the nation. Family, there goes the domino effect. Who would have thought Jasmine Crockett would be the first victim, and then it would get all the way up to Clyburn? Family, if you would have came to us this time last year and told us that Jasmine Crockett would get fired and then Clyburn would get fired, we'd have said, good, let's see it happen. Well, good, it's happening. And then you're going to have all these other little shields, like the little Afro man who been running around here, okay? Afro Kant, he been running around here because he's about to get fired. Because you can't rely on people just perpetually voting forever. We set the atmosphere. We set the table, everybody. We put the energy out there, and now it's all coming to light. And this is all because of the grassroots. This is why they throw everything at FBA. If everybody wants to know why they throw so much at FBA, the reason why they throw so much at us, fam, because we got so much power. They wouldn't do this if you didn't have any power. You got power, brothers and sisters. This is why they're crashing out. They know all that FBA is only online. Then they see us outside. What you gonna do about it? When they say, y'all out here talking about vote couch, why Roland Martin every weekend acts like, I don't care what y'all say about my weight, what y'all say about my hairline. I don't care about none of that. And then he proceeds to make 15 videos, sweating chicken grease, sweating chicken and dumplings down his face and complaining about us. That means what? What does that mean? That means he cares. But more than care, that means he's scared. Family, if you're always talking about somebody and you're always saying how much you don't care, that means you really do care. And underneath that caring is scared, fear. Because if they get fired, who gonna cut your check? Nobody. How you gonna get paid? Never. How you gonna afford all that food in your refrigerator? You can't. So family, we ruining their careers, we're ruining their jobs, and we're ruining their appetite. I mean, damn, we must be the greatest. Shout out to Ali. Family, let me show y'all this right here. These people are so mad at FBA. They got more hit pieces left and right, and they swinging and missing. You can't touch us, fam. We untouchable. Watch this, fam. FBA's to blame? Good. And I take credit for it, too.
Why are you so mad? We helped create this problem. I've been waiting to talk about this, but I was upset myself. But now I am ready. I'm Frank Ski, and I'm just frankly speaking. As you know, the Voting Rights Act has been gutted. And guess what? We helped. Yeah, black folk helped. Why? All this outrage you got right now, all of the anger going on in the black community. How did we get here? No, it didn't just happen. We helped create it. Black folk helped create it. Why? How? Because Donald Trump appointed 3 justices to the Supreme Court. 3. But I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go back and remember how many black folks said, man, I'm not voting. Man, both sides are the same. Man, I don't like either candidate.
There you go. There you go, family. Who you mad at? You mad, bro? Ha ha. You mad? Stay mad.
Go back and remember how many black folks said, man, I'm not voting. Man, both sides are the same. Man, I don't like either candidate. Black folk are not monolithic. We all don't have to vote the same. You remember that? Remember when they were saying, oh, look at Hillary Clinton's record or look at Kamala Harris's record and what she did in California. No, black folk. Now look. And how many black voices influenced that thinking? And now here we are. And everybody's looking around like, who did it? No, not who did it. The real question is this. What did we do or did not do when it mattered the most to black people as a whole? Because every time we sit out of an election, every single time we think voting is an option, every time we make emotional decisions instead of strategic thinking, we are shaping an outcome for our children. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. John Lewis and others didn't march so that he could have more freedom. No, John Lewis was beaten on that bridge and he marched.
No, fam. Fam, they still think John Lewis is going to move the crowd? You think John Lewis has any effect today? The average black American couldn't point out John Lewis. He looks like the Elijah Cummings guy. I can't tell who the difference. Y'all are still trying to say John Lewis did. It was John Lewis. John Lewis didn't do nothing. John Lewis did all of that so John Lewis can get a job with the Democratic Party. That's what happened. And he shilled until his last shilling day. So this is a complete showing that these individuals are completely out of touch, y'all. This is good right now. You got to feel the flow, catch the vibe, y'all. Allow these people to feel this damn way. He's mad because he's admitting that they're losing. I see the middle of loss in all of this, dog. This is how it go, family. They're all admitting that they're losing right now. He's just straight up saying it. I'm losing because y'all FBA didn't fall for it. Yep, you damn right we didn't fall for it. And you're losing right now because of that. And John Lewis lost the same damn way. And y'all gonna keep on losing. And remember, the baby's gonna be talking about reparations, not Democrats.
Why? So that we and our children can have more freedom. But now look, we got to stop making selfish decisions and we got to start making decisions based upon what the future will look like for our children. Guess why? Because that Trump power train is still moving and the future is still being decided with or without you. This is about what we do next from this point going forward. And if we don't move with purpose, if we don't think long term, if we don't understand what's really at stake for our future and our kids' future and their kids' future, because guess what? Instead of your kids coming home from school, raiding your kitchen, sitting on the couch, playing video games, soon, if they have it their way, they'll be in the field sharecropping. So in the words of Lawrence Fishburne and the...
Oh, get out of here. Oh, get out. We done with that punctified energy. That's why you lose. Fam, they so foolish, they won't even know why they losing. He gonna sit there and talk about our kids gonna be out there picking cotton. They gonna be picking cotton. Fam, these people ain't got no love for black Americans. These people don't give a damn about us. Sit there gonna fix your mouth and say, we gonna go back to slavery. This is exactly why they losing, fam. Every time they say something like this, all they do is ruin their chances for the next election. This ain't helping them none. Keep on saying that. I want you to. Keep on talking about we gonna be picking cotton again. That ain't no voter strategy. If you think that's a winning voter strategy, you are lost. And that shows you they lost, fam, because they really think that they gonna talk like that back into the White House. They gonna be picking cotton. No. You still pick cotton. That's why you still bucking your eyes. And that's why all of them are gonna be bucking their eyes at the unemployment office.
The movie School Days. Wake up, Black America. I'm Frank Ski, and I'm just, frankly, why you so mad?
Get out of here. Checkmate. Fam, get out of here. Bounce. Get on. Go. Nah. Can't talk to us. Y'all see what we talking about? Y'all see what we saying? Let me say this, fam. And we gonna make this crystal clear. All of this talk and trying to use slavery against Black Americans, that's over. That's over. Black Americans will no longer be insulted with the Democrats who are really trying to keep their jobs and their power over our community using things like slavery against us. Notice, whenever they talk about slavery, they don't ever mention themselves. One is because they never stopped being slaves. And two is because they understand it's just a tactic to get us to vote. Fam, you're talking about black-faced Democrats who use slavery to get Black American citizens to vote for the Democratic Party so the Democratic Party can do everything but something for Black folks. Do you understand how devious, how pathetic that is, and why we say they are open enemies? And here's the difference, fam. I don't give a damn if you get mad. I don't care if you try to shame us, because you can't shame us because we certified. And we don't give a damn about you enough to care. You ain't gonna lecture Black Americans because you ain't got that power. Here's the thing, fam. They're realizing more than everything, above all, they ain't got no authority over Black Americans. Understand that. This is the real part about it, family. The Democrats ain't got no authority over Black Americans. Their words, their actions are useless. That's what it is. You can tell by the way they talk. They still think that they are the plantation overseer, the plantation sheriff. They still think they can talk down to Black folks. Somebody better wake them up. Somebody better give them a phone call. Somebody better let them know. That don't fly in this generation. This the FBA Renaissance, the reparations generation, certified Black society. You ain't got no power with us, and you better watch your mouth. So before some of these brothers and sisters out here get with you, all right? Because people ain't going to be tolerating you talking about their kids going to be picking cotton. Let me tell you something. That ain't going to fly for much longer. So you better be very, very cautious how you talk to Black Americans, because you wouldn't go say that to the people that start with a J. You would never talk to them like that, now would you? You wouldn't talk like that to Julio Romero Gonzalez, now would you? How come you always want to incite what we went through, but you don't ever want to talk to nobody else? It's always what we done dealt with. It's always something bad, something negative. Do you understand that, family? Somebody better wake them up and let them know this ain't 1962. You ain't going to disrespect Black folks. You're not going to hide behind melanin and say we all Black. None of that. You're not going to run around here and disrespect our lineage, heritage, and culture and bring up our ancestors who had to go through it just for them to use it against us, family. How anti-Black can you be? How anti-Black can one be, family? You're using what our ancestors suffered through so you can scare us that we're going to suffer through it. Slavery means nothing more than Democrats getting extra votes. That is it. Civil rights means nothing more than Democrats getting extra votes. And if you a Democrat and you listening right now and you trying to oppose what I'm saying, shut the hell up, because I don't give a damn. You're lying. The days of you being a pro-Democrat and camouflage and you being a pro-Democrat disguised as pro-Black, them days is done. Everything you do, you wake up every single morning and your job is to be a meth addict Democrat. That's what they are, fam. They're meth addicts. They have an addiction for the Democratic Party. And they won't ever tell you. They'll never admit it. They won't say it out loud. They'll just front. Fam, you can't wait for these people to tell the truth. They're never going to say it. Deep down inside, these individuals are all about being Democrats, and they're trying to camouflage it in pro-Blackness. The days of pro-Democrat camouflage and disguise as pro-Blackness are over. We see through you. You might as well stop, because you're not fooling nobody no more. Them days are done. Black Americans ain't going to be insulted. We ain't going to be disrespected. You ain't going to lecture us. You ain't going to talk down to us. If anybody going to get talked down to, we going to talk down to you, because we out here in these trenches. We out here in the soil. We're the ones really representing this foundational Black American society. You ain't. All you doing is running around here and being the do boy and the do good for the Democratic establishment. So no, hell no. You better watch your mouth when you talking to Black Americans. That go for you and your damn massa. because we understand your game plan. It just ain't gonna work no more. Watch this right here, family. This is exactly what we mean. These people are falling out of pocket. They falling out of line, and it's good. Enjoy the show. It don't mean nothing. Look how hard these people go for all these other folks, but they never had that type of energy for us. The other guy, this man starts burning a Confederate sticker. And fam, shouldn't he get locked up for burning something inside of a state capitol? But you would never do any of this for a black American to get one job. But watch.
We're seeing protests in the Tennessee Capitol, where the House just advanced a new congressional map that would carve up Tennessee's only Democratic and black majority district, which includes Memphis. The measure is now in the Senate. Tennessee is the latest state to jump into the redistricting battle following that sweeping Supreme Court decision that weakened the landmark Voting Rights Act. Now, some Democrats are warning this gerrymandering sprint challenges the very idea of democracy.
I try not to see this as a left-right issue. I think this strikes to the core of what Americans believe in. And I have faith that Americans believe ultimately in the idea of fair elections, fair representation, that this democracy should be a democracy that is loyal to those vaunted ideals. What the Republicans are doing is anti-democratic. And I'll never forget that.
MS Now's Nnamdi Egawonwu is in Nashville, where I know you've been speaking to people about the impact this.
Who? Whoa. Who is it? What? Who's this guy?
And I'll never forget that.
MS Now's Nnamdi Egawonwu is in Nashville, where MS Now's Nnamdi Egawonwu is in.
This is a damn tether. Hey, there you go, fam. You knew it wasn't the Democratic Party without an appearance from a damn tether, family. So there you go right there. Democratic shield, a Mayo woman tossing the microphone to a tether. You see why these people don't represent us? Do you see why I got to do this? A damn tether. We done passed the mic to Amawandu Kamanamhu, Mr. Mutombo number 17, Mr. Lumbumba's third cousin, the guy who can't even keep his eyes open and his hairline looks like it's on skates. Man, if you don't get out of here, fam, that right there is exactly what we mean.
In Nashville, where I know you've been speaking to people about the impact this would have. What are they telling you?
Yeah, you know, right now, folks here upset, making their voice heard. You see the large crowd of people gathered outside of the Senate chambers right now as lawmakers there begin discussion or continue debate over this legislation and prepare for a final vote any moment now. Like, I want to remind you, Chris, some of the conversations we're hearing inside that chamber room. One thing people have pointed out is with the new design of this map, you're going to have areas of Memphis, which I will remind you, a predominantly black city, the final place Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his speech.
Why you care about predominantly black? You from Zimbabwe. Why you care about Dr. Martin Luther King? Don't you need to be worrying about Julius Malema? Oh, no, you wouldn't like him, though, would you? Always talk about us, fam. There you go, right there. There you go, fam. A tether popping up. I'm telling y'all, it's always the same people. Here come a tether to go Mrs. Mayo, always bringing up black Americans. It's always the same game.
For his assassination, sharing a district with an area like Pulaski, Tennessee, a small farm town 200 miles away that is the birthplace of the KKK. In addition to the historical and cultural significance there, it also speaks to what state lawmakers are pointing to as an operational flaw with this plan. How can a congressional...
Stop. Hold up. Wait. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait 1 second. My certified foundational black Americans. Hold on. Black Alpha takes his talking points from his pimp, Tariq Nasheed. No, you got it wrong. The only pimp is me, and I pimped your mama last night. You know what I'm saying? I left my Jordans over there. So tell your mama to go ahead and, bring them on over. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy, and tell your mama that, my dog wants a part 2. You know what I'm saying? Because I passed your mama off to my dog. You know what I'm saying? And he said, the roof's on fire. Mods, get this person up out of here. Get this person completely up out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's upset or she's upset that, you know what I'm saying, your mama got smashed on last night. You know what I'm saying? And, it is what it is. Don't be mad that, my dog done served your mama up real good. That's a terrible, terrible thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. I would hate that, you know what I'm saying? Your mama's over here and she was getting that cocker spaniel You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just terrible. You know what I'm saying? It was a whole lot of Cocker Spaniel. You know what I'm saying? Because I heard your daddy got a little Shih Tzu. You know what I'm saying? So step your game up and get real. Don't be mad, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm exposing your Democratic plantation. You know, and you're going to say pimps, get your pimps right. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So make sure you know that I pimped your mama, you know? And, you know, and my dog going to pimp your sister. You know what I'm saying? All right? And they're going to pimp your ride, too, because I heard you got a Pinto. All right? So get your 9, you know, all together to get it all right, and it's over with. So get on up out of here. Mods. Matter of fact, hold up. Who want to be a mod? Somebody let me know something. Who want to be a mod? I need my certifieds up in here. We ain't playing no games today. Let me see, fam. Let's get let me know. Anybody want to be a mod? Let me know. Some of my certifieds, family, because we gonna get that right. Because you know they be over here hating, so they gonna get G checked up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, calm down. I'm sorry. My dog said when she coming over. She's not coming over today. Okay. I heard she's with your brother, the Rockwilder. All right. So here we go, family. Yeah, pimping ain't easy. Pimping ain't easy. Okay. All right. Let me see who we got. Okay. We're going to get some mods up in here. There they go. There we go. There you go. Here we go. One right there. Okay. I got y'all. I see y'all, family. You know I see you. It's going so fast. If I miss you, I promise you, I'm going to watch the replay and I'm going to get you back. Okay. I promise you. If I'm missing you, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. I promise you. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You know what I'm saying? You already know. If I miss you, I promise you I'm going to get you back. I can't keep up. It's so fast. It's so fast, family. All damn day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. It's so fast. I'm going to come back, fam. We're going to have mad ones. Mad ones. Mad ones. Mad ones. Mad ones. Okay, so I promise you, I'm going to stop right there. But when we come back around, fam, we're going to get it all live, okay? Because I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the replay and I'm going to find everybody who, you know what I'm saying, want to get down. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the, you know what I'm saying, all the dogs out there, because, you know, his mom called me, you know, she was upset, and I said, you know, hey, don't be mad, you know, it's a doggy dog world, okay? Easy work. Y'all look at this, fam. Back to Mr. Mutombo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely, fam, and I just pimped them. There you go, man. Pimping ain't easy. P-I-M-P. If you need some game, holla at me. Let's go.
Congressional representative effectively speak to the needs of an urban center like Memphis, as well as a smaller farm town 200 miles away. So it's just one of the many concerns that Senate Democrats and people here have expressed to me. I want to play you portions of my conversations actually now with the Senate Democrats who are currently in that chamber speaking. And I want you to hear why one of them told me she thinks this vote today will be the most important Republicans here will make. Take a listen.
This is the most important vote we will ever take. It's the most important vote.
Freeze. Look who's doing the talking. Look who's doing the watching. Okay, and I promise y'all I'm going to mod up. As soon as I watch this, fam, I'm going to mod y'all up, fam. Word is bond. I got you. I'm going to watch the replay and I'm going to get everybody, fam. But we got a lot to cook on tonight. But I promise you I'm going to come back and see everybody in here. Don't be mad. Don't be hating on foundational Black Americans because we win it. Don't be mad because we legendary. Don't be mad that your mama was out there getting served by the dog pound. By Snoop Doggy Dogg and the dog pound. Easy work. But fam, watch how the Mayos is talking for them. And I'm wondering, is this a tether right here? Because she looked like the last Mutombo. I'm just saying, though.
That the Republicans will ever take. We know where we stand. We stand on the right side of history. This is about race and diluting the representation of Blacks and brown people in Memphis, Tennessee. This is about race and diluting the representation of Blacks and brown people, in Memphis, Tennessee.
Had to throw in and brown people. Had to throw in and brown people, family. You see? You see? You see?
This is serious. This is gravely serious for people. People fought, died, were tortured for the right to vote. And so for the world needs to be watching this, because what is happening today will happen to the rest of the country.
Yes, it will. Protests and hey, fam, she wasn't lying. Think about it, y'all. Think about it. If you listen, they don't be lying. What she just said. She said, what happened today will happen to the rest of the country. Good. Great. So that's why y'all so upset. That's why y'all so mad. That's why old buddy was in here mad that the doggy dog pound had his mom 10 toes down. There you go, fam. They're telling you right now that it's going to happen all across the country. And if it's going to happen all across the country, then all of them are going to end up getting the same type of treatment, pink slip, an eviction notice. You can't come around here. It's a wrap. There you go. Right there, fam. That right there exposes it. That shows you, and everybody sees it. They're afraid that it's going to happen all throughout the nation. And notice it's always black and. Have you ever noticed that? You ever notice that, family? It's always black and. Do you understand the structural statement and the inside details of that? It's black and, which means black people did it, and we're bringing everybody else in, and we're inserting these people. It's never them and us. See, because we're the main players. We're number one. This shows you how authentic our history is. They always lead with black. Notice that, fam. They always lead with black. Black always comes first. It's black and brown, black and people of color, black and minorities, black and immigrants. That's basically saying black people and all the people who want to attach themselves to black people. It's never the other way around. It's always them trying to get on board with us. And that shows you anytime you hear black and, it's over. And as a matter of fact, foundational Black Americans, we're done with the black and. There's no more black and. Fam, there's a lot of things that are changing right now, and we need to rejoice in it. I'm telling y'all. Rejoice, because you don't know when you're going to get another one, y'all. For my brothers and sisters who waited for this time frame, enjoy it, y'all, because you don't know when there's going to be a part two. The fact that we got so much momentum and we're literally watching the people who have been just open enemies towards us breaking all the way down, you got to love it. You got to love it, fam. And I know I do. I know y'all do. I know we do. So the fact that we all love that type of energy, fam, and the fact that we're out here holding it down, it tells you everything you need to know. I mean, lighting fires, fam. They're out there lighting fires at the state capitol. They wouldn't even advocate for one foundational Black American policy, one foundational Black American law, but they'll go out and they'll do this right here. Fam, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, fam? This is what they're willing to do for everybody other than us. See, you as a foundational Black American, you have the right to do and say as you please. Fam, don't let these people act like you don't have the right to call them out. Don't act like these people trying to tell us what we can and can't do. But again, they don't have no authority over us. They can't tell us what to do. No. That ain't the type of vibe or the wave that we're on, brothers and sisters. Foundational Black Americans, we don't represent that. No. That is a different type of vibration, a vibration that is not what we standing on at all, okay? That ain't it. And I want everybody to notice this, fam. You notice that how they were so angry at Black Alpha just a few weeks ago? I didn't do half of what this guy did. I didn't do half. Think about it, y'all. Think about this, fam. Black Alpha, foundational Black American grassroots. I checked Kamala Harris live and in person. I didn't use any profanity. I didn't insult her. I didn't use any racial tropes. I didn't do anything other than practicing and exercising my right, my constitutional right as a tax-paying American citizen. You see it, Black American legend, family. That's all I did. Now, on the other hand, the Democrats are out there lighting things on fire in the state capitol building, putting their hands on agents, putting their hands on authorities, using all types of profanity, getting into people's faces. I mean, who's violent and who's not here? So that lets you know what we already knew. It had nothing to do with Black Alpha and how I conducted myself. It had everything to do with what I was saying. See, what I was saying is what was making them upset, because what I was saying was pushing back against the Democratic boule status quo. That's what it was about. I didn't use any profanity. I wasn't disrespectful at all. When the people asked me and Marcel to leave, we left gracefully. You could hear it in the thing. We were saying, all right, cool, we leaving. Walked right on out, got in the car, went home. But look at these people. They're getting in the face of these sheriffs. They're getting in the face of authorities. They're yelling back and forth. Who's violent and who's not? That lets you know who's solid and who's not. That lets you know who's certified and who's not. That lets you know who's really pushing the line and who's pushing the plantation. There's a difference between us and them. It's been that way. It's going to stay that way, but we're doing it our way. Family, but this is their idea of protesting. Look at this right here, fam. This is their idea of protesting. This is what they think is going to win the people over. What is Mrs. Mayo doing? Fam, what the hell is this? What is she doing right here? What in the hell was that, y'all? What was that? if that wasn't bad enough, watch this right here. They sing in Negro spirituals.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree planted by the water. We shall not be moved.
Yeah, you won't be moved because you can't walk. No duh. We shall not be moved. Yes. Okay, because you shouldn't have never moved. You should have stayed on the couch. Okay, because you ain't got no business out here in the streets. Family, they singing, y'all. Family, they singing. Fam, this is it. They are out of touch. They do not represent Black America. We can give every single example, y'all. I done showed you tethers. I done showed you the black and brown statements. I done showed you 5 males. I showed you the fake preacher with the fake accent. Everything about them is fake because they don't represent the realism of the Black community. This is what happens when you get misrepresentation, misorganization, and misdirection. This is what they've been trying to do to us for the longest, and no longer is any of that working up in here. Fam, there's a new wave and a new energy that Black Americans just ain't on. And these people think that that's going to capture anything. That's not going to capture nothing. Nothing at all. That's why they're going to be getting fired. That's why they're going to be crashing out. That's why they're going to be exactly where the hell they're at, right where the hell they belong. And let me tell you where that is. That is nowhere near us. Nowhere near us, family. No. There was a sister I seen on TikTok. Let me see if I got it. I think I got it. Watch this right here, fam. Matter of fact, the sister stitched up my video. You want to talk about who's got the influence, family? The influence comes from us. Think about it, y'all. Nobody talks about these Democratic shields when you're at your job, when you're walking down the street, when you're at the gym. They're really afraid, fam, is that the influence comes from us. See, this is a spiritual thing. This is more so about us having the spiritual energy and us having the connection and having the appeal to connect with your average everyday Black American family. It's always about that. The reason why in the Black empowerment era, which was different than the civil rights era, the reason why the Black empowerment era went so far is because they were capturing the hearts and the minds of your average everyday working Black American. This is where we are in the movement, fam. We represent your average everyday working class Black American. They do not. So there's no way out, fam. Let me tell you something. When you do not reach the average everyday Black American working class person, you can go ahead and cancel it because that's not something that you can buy. There is no synthetic connection to the Black American grassroots. This is all about the grassroots. Remember this, family. FBA is the lineage. It's the heritage, the culture. The grassroots is who we are. So whenever they come around and they say FBA is a group, no, FBA is a lineage. The grassroots is a section within our lineage. And the grassroots has existed for years. See, the grassroots has always been the ones talking about reparations, talking about standing on business. The grassroots has always been the one pushing the community who has the betterment and the advancement of our people in mind. You can go back to the Black empowerment era and the civil rights era, and Malcolm X, Dr. Martin Luther King, the Black Panther Party, H. Rap Brown, they were all talking about the grassroots. See, this is a grassroots wave, and it's a grassroots takeover. And the grassroots is replacing the boule. And this is why they're so afraid, because the boule was placed in position, and they were giving all those jobs. I'm talking about John Lewis, all of them, Jesse Jackson. They were placed in those positions so they can stifle the grassroots. The grassroots ain't having it no more. Certified salute to you and certified salute to Inglewood. I heard Inglewood was in here. This is the difference, y'all. So the grassroots vibration is what's truly taken over this nation. And America has always been afraid of the foundational Black American grassroots. They've always been afraid of it because the grassroots is what gets things done. The grassroots is how things occur. The grassroots is why things truly change. Check this out, fam. This is what I be talking about out here in these strizneets. They know who we are. They know. Don't have the right to vote. No, the only thing that happened was the districts got changed.
So They got all these African Americans, FBA, whatever you want to call yourselves, out here going crazy, saying they're trying to take away our vote. They didn't try to take away our vote. We still can vote. They just redistrict the districts. That has nothing to do with the Black American vote. It just has to do with the Black American Democrats and the tether Democrats. Have y'all not seen the play? We are not voting for y'all. Y'all have it at it with your immigrants and everybody else, the people that you stood up for. And when Donald Trump asked you to stand up for the Black Americans in the United States, y'all sit y'all asses down. So we need y'all to sit y'all big asses down now and leave us the alone. We still have our vote. Nothing has changed. What's changed is our feelings towards these Democrats. And that's y'all fault. So what you heard, I'm still going to vote for my rights and my stuff, not nobody else's. We've been there, done that for over 60 years. And all of the immigrants that y'all invited over this place, I was going to cuss. I'm trying to stop cussing, y'all. Sorry. All the immigrants that y'all brought over here got the nerve to talk about us. We're not the ones that's getting y'all deported. We're not the ones that's protesting against y'all. But we can. We said we was going to sit this out. The only way you're going to make Black Americans come out, we're going to start dialing numbers and reporting shit. So there's that. I don't give a how you feel, where you come from. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Black Americans aren't deportable. That's why y'all mad. Y'all just knew we was going to be the first group up out of here. But you listened to them and got lied to again. Just like the Asians with affirmative action and DEI and all that. So get the out of here.
Don't have the right to vote? No. There they go. Listen, fam, this is what I'm talking about. Boy, y'all was hey, y'all was ready to get her in the chat. Y'all, she said African American, boy. I seen y'all was like, who? What? Y'all was ready to get on that one. I think that's FBA family. You know, a lot of the older people just getting on the FBA train, you know what I'm saying? They understanding that FBA identifier is the identifier that's reigning supreme. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? She actually stitched me on TikTok. Shout out to her. But you notice, fam, she's saying the same exact thing that we're talking about. Okay. The fact is that the grassroots energy is the energy that is reigning out here. Okay. The grassroots energy is the energy that's reflective out here. Nobody's running around here talking like them. Nobody is. Matter of fact, they're a mockery, fam. Aren't the Democrats really a mockery? Aren't they really jokes in the streets? Representing for foundational Black America and just representing as an American. They jokes out here in the streets, fam. Nobody takes the Democrats serious at all. Everybody laughs at them. I'm talking about the Republicans is laughing at them. The damn Green Party laughing at them. Independents are laughing at them. The whole foundational Black American community is laughing at them. They're not taken as serious politicians. They're not taken as anybody who has any weight. They're really looked at as a circus of a political party with no agenda, no policy, no nothing. And the fact that foundational Black Americans, we have our own particular bone to pick with them because it's our right to clap back at individuals who use our ancestors as some type of mechanism and weaponize against his family. It's nasty work to use somebody's ancestor suffering against them so you can get a job. I'm going to make it plain like Brother Malcolm says, family. Let's make it very plain. They use our ancestors' suffering so they can scare us to get a job. Not so they can win a jackpot. Not so they can make $1 billion. No. Just so they can keep a raggedy-ass job on the Democratic plantation. That's what you're willing to use the sacrifice and the pain that our ancestors went through against us for. That is nasty work. And then when foundational Black Americans push back, then they want to start calling us names like we just gonna take it. See, that ain't happening no more. See, foundational Black Americans, we understand that there's 24 hours in a day, but y'all know we only got 2 times. What are the 2 times that Black Americans have? There's 24 hours in a day, but there's only 2 times that matter to us. Let me tell you what that is. That is, your ass got one more time to F with me, and you done F with me for the last time. Black Americans, are those the only 2 times that we acknowledge? 24 hours in a day, fam. I'm talking about morning, I'm talking about afternoon, evening, and night. That's all good. But we only care about 2 times. How many times the Foundation of Black Americans said, listen now, you got one more damn time to disrespect me. You got one more damn time to call me out my name. You got one more time to come at me with that BS. And after we say the one more time, we tell you, you done F with us for the last time. Black Americans go 0 to 100 real damn fast. We'll go from one more time to the last time before you F around and you find out. That's the only time that matters to Black Americans. I don't know about nobody else. You can spin your clock, wind your clock. Our clock stays on those 2 times, and they're both warnings. As a matter of fact, aren't we the only people who have like 15 different ways of warning somebody to back the hell up before it goes bad? Don't start no ish, won't be no ish. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. F around and find out. Black Americans, I wish a mom would. Man, we could go there for days. How many times and how many phrases do we have that warns people we ain't the ones to be played with? You can't ever get mad at a Black American. I'm gonna tell you that today. You can't ever get mad at a Black American because Black Americans let you know off top. If you do this, this gonna happen. If you don't do this, this gonna happen. But we call our shot. We tell you what's gonna go down if you continue with that type of behavior. And then when we respond, and you can't blame nobody but yourself. Yeah, you don't want none of this. I'm telling you, boy, we got phrases, different accents. You may have the Baltimore accent who gonna tell you to back the hell up. The Louisiana accent gonna tell you to back the hell up. The St. Louis accent gonna tell you to back the hell up. Georgia, Florida, the Carolinas, the Midwest accent, the West Coast, the East Coast, fam. You may get told to back the hell up in 15 different accents in 15 different ways, but they all saying the same damn thing. You got one damn time, and then it's going to go down. And don't be mad when it does. And that's what we told the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, all the tethers, all the fleers. We let them all know that you got one more damn time. So when we tell you you got one more damn time and you cross that damn line, what you expect is going to happen next? A third time? No. There's only 2 that matter, family, and them 2 get the job done. Family, let's keep it going. Yeah. Find somebody to play with. Boy, we go here for days. I'm looking at y'all. You feeling froggy? Jump. Yeah, if you ain't lying, hey, we'll go back to the 70s. You have somebody pull up here with a slick back. They'll have a damn slick back, and they'll be like, hey, listen here, Job Turkey. Your ass feeling froggy, jump. And it's going to go bad for you. Cross that damn line. Fam, we're saying those phrases while we're trying to explain those phrases. So don't that let you know we got a lot of phrases? Yes, it does, y'all. I love me some don't try me. One more time. Yep, go on now. See, fam, what we talking about? Keep on talking. Boy, y'all had me rolling, looking at the chat in the beginning of the damn video, man. Y'all messed my intro up, and it's an hour in. Y'all still got me laughing. I'll tell you, especially when I watch the chat later. Yes. So this is what we doing. Absolutely. Fam, we be like, hey, so this is what we doing. You got one more damn time. Cross the line. All right, there. Go ahead and step. Fam, what we talking about? Foundational Black Americans, man, we beautiful. Yeah, we put everybody on notice, don't we? Yep, that's the way we roll. That's the way we go, and that's our energy, and that's what we've been telling everybody, family. All the disrespect is over with. The disrespect getting checked, fam. The disrespect getting checked. We told these people, be very cautious how you talk about our ancestors. Be very cautious how you talk about our elders. Be very cautious how you talk about our babies. You're going to have to go ahead and hear it, and we're not going to tell you 15 times. Black Americans skipped to the end. We hit fast forward, y'all. And we told these people what was going to happen if they didn't. Vote blue no matter who. Let me tell you something, fam. They say vote blue no matter who. I got the most ultimate phrase. No check, no vote. I mean, you can't remix that, twist that, spin that. No check, no vote. That's the same way as saying I wish a effer would. And they did. So now they getting fired. And it's happening all across the United States of America, fam. Every Democratic shield you're seeing right now, they singing songs. They out there breaking down. They out there literally crying. They're upset. They're hurt. They don't know where the next paycheck is coming from. There's a lot of disarray there. This is even worse than on election night. See, election night, that was only the prelude to what's occurring now. We thought we had him on election night, fam. It's even worse now because the election night was just us ruining Kamala Harris's career. Yep. And now what you're seeing is all the little minions. They're all getting affected. All of them are. So when these districts are being redistricted, what are they going to do? They ain't going to do nothing. And there's an individual, fam, that is right now about to be on their way out. Fam, it's about to be over for Clyburn. Clyburn is about to be Clyde gone. Yes. Breaking news for the whole certified foundational Black America. I want you to look at your screen, family. Yep. They right now are putting the final touches on taking him out of power. And all of the folks down there in Carolina are the main ones who are saying, hey, too bad, so sad. Nobody feels sorry for this dude talking about 17 different terms and ain't never done nothing. Ain't made 7 laws to help Black Americans. Remember, y'all, Clyburn is the one who got Joe Biden elected because Joe Biden was getting whooped in the primaries. So what they ended up doing is they used Clyburn in Carolina. And when they ended up having Kamala Harris was a deal. Yes, she was. Kamala Harris was a deal that allowed Joe Biden to get those victories. And she was an exchange. He's responsible for that. And you just seen on your screen, family, they have just put in the final touches in the redistricting of South Carolina. As a matter of fact, fam, they've already pushed back their midterms elections, and they're starting to push some of these back until they get the maps drawn. So they're drawing the maps, and it's all basically down. It's passed through basically every element, and the only thing that can really stop it is an act of God, y'all. So it is basically the 11th hour for Clyburn, and it's basically time's up for Clyburn. It's about to be over with for dude. We are literally genuinely about to watch the end of this man, and he can act like he's not scared. He can act like he doesn't care. Let me tell you something, fam. The Democrats do a lot of acting, but one thing they cannot act as if they ain't petrified. It is done for. The do nothing days are done. He can sit there. He can have that little smug smile. He can do his little, why y'all fucking with me? But let me tell you something. Ain't none of that gonna save this man, because this man is about to go bye-bye. That is what it is. Fam, they've been out there trying to talk, trying to run interference, trying to make excuses. Let's go down the timeline with this guy.
There's one Democratic representative in Congress. He's a Black man, and his name is James Clyburn. He started off as a civil rights activist where he marched, he organized, he protested, and he fought Jim Crow. And he was arrested for protesting, but he kept pushing and he rose in politics. In 1983, he became a congressman, and he climbed to House Majority Whip, one of the most powerful roles in Congress. This civil rights icon represented this district for decades. A district that gave Black voters a voice, and a district that gave Black South Carolinians representation. But now South Carolina Republicans want to redraw his district. This map will dilute the Black voice and the Black voting power in the state, and it could push Jim Clyburn out altogether. Now, if this happens, South Carolina loses its only Black Democratic voice in Congress on the federal level, and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people lose representation. The state in and of itself will go backwards. This isn't just about politics. This is about power, voice, and democracy. Like, share, and follow, and tell somebody else what's happening in their state.
Ha, 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 ha. Ha, ha, ha. It's about to be a wrap, y'all.
Parents don't send their children to school for them to become puppets, or for them to rubber stamp everything that's fed to them. No, they send them to school to learn to be independent thinkers.
Oh, please.
And develop the tools that they will need to succeed in their endeavors. I was very disappointed when our lieutenant governor referred to those students as a woke mob. Now, I must admit.
No. Ain't he the one who said stop sloganizing? Ain't that what he said? It was him, wasn't it? Don't stop sloganizing, fucking with me. No. I know the Democrats like to say something, do something else. I know they like to flippity flop all over the place. No. It ain't fun when they coming after you now, is it there?
I don't know what woke means, but I know what mob means.
I know what woke means. Something you ain't been since 1940. Maybe 1932. Yeah, I know what that means. I also know what fired means. Something that you about to see here in about 2 weeks. Easy.
I know what a mob is. And students peacefully protesting is not a mob mentality. Unfortunately, our lieutenant governor did not display gubernatorial readiness by her tirades and her subsequent acquiescence and seemed to be a little bit agreeable.
Fam, does something seem off with this dude? He doesn't have that same little energy he had when he was trying to tell us no reparations. He looks very defeated, don't he? Man, fam, it's one thing to make him look more defeated than what he already was, but don't he seem very defeated, y'all? This the gubernatorial with the woke mob, he does not look right upstairs. This man knows the end is near, don't he? And he got a couple ends near in his damn life now, don't he?
With those legislators
What?
who call for the defund.
Did he say legislators? Just a minute ago he said the gubernatorials. Now he said the legislators. This man in here talking French. Fam, that damn redistricting got this man speaking with a French accent. This man out here talking Italian. The legislators. It's about to legislator your ass out of business. They're going to give you a legislator when you see this damn regulator tour here at the end of the month, though, ain't ya?
Who call for the defunding of South Carolina State because some of its students protested.
No.
With those legislators who call for the defunding of South Carolina State because some of its students protested as their Constitution gives them the right, and as they were taught to be part of their civic responsibility.
Oh, he is reading. Oh, he was reading. I seen somebody in the chat said he was reading.
And
You're
as
right.
they were taught to be part of their civic responsibilities.
Right there. He was reading the whole time. Damn, you were right. Shout out to the chat, family. This man can't even get that out. Legislators. He over there looking at some notes. He looking at some notes, man. No. This dude, how many times do they get caught reading? They always reading, ain't they? I guess the legislators wrote that one, right? Well, the regulators then got your ass up out of business, homie. You understand that, fam? He represents exactly everything that's wrong with the political establishment in the United States of America. He represents all of it, fam. Everything. They've had a stranglehold and they've held us hostage and captive for years. I want everybody to look at it this way. First off, what the grassroots says goes. So we're always right, they're always wrong. Yep, and I say that boldly. And then two, I want everybody to think about what they do, fam. They're there to maintain power and to keep power in their possession and not allow anybody else to have power. This is what they've always done. This is what they've always been up to. That's the only job they have. They work for the system of supremacy. That is it. That is all. Everything other than that is a falsehood. And he represents that. And I know personally some of the things that they've been doing in South Carolina, that they run that like a mob. And I'm telling you, he would literally hold on to that position until his last breath, family. So as I tell people, Mother Nature's going to get you sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later, Mother Nature's is going to see, Mother Nature's going to pull up, and Mother Nature's going to say, yeah, we're done with you. And that's exactly what's happening right now with them. Mother Nature done pulled up, and Mother Nature's saying, goodbye, yeah, adios, peace them out. And family, speaking of that and adios, there's an individual that's running around here now trying to use foundational Black American talking points. Okay, because let me tell you a lot of things, fam. Now they're coming up with 7, 8, 9 different lies, all desperation, all desperation. Everything you're seeing, let me make this clear, brothers and sisters, okay? Everything you're seeing is clear desperation. They are desperate because they're afraid. And I say that to the definition. I say that to the maximum. I say that with conviction, okay? Pure authority. They are afraid. They understand. They're not only losing their grip on the job that they have, their political party is losing its grip on winning any elections because Black Americans are the stronghold. We represent the core, and we've withdrawn, so now they're done. Isn't it crazy that when we withdrew, the same exact time the districts got withdrawn? You see that, family? We withdrawn our energy and the districts got withdrawn. So withdrawn is just whooping their ass right now, okay? You say withdrawn and they probably start ducking. They don't know what's coming up next. They're afraid of it. And the fact that that's happening, now a lot of them are running around here and they're trying to talk like us. They're trying to speak like Black Americans, family. Yes, they are. They're now trying to admit that Black Americans built America. Wow, ain't that crazy? Because when we say Black Americans built America, they always tell us, no, y'all didn't. Immigrants did. They got so specific, they start telling us which immigrant did. It's one thing to tell the lie that immigrants built America. It's another thing to tell that lie to the point where you're trying to tell us Somalians did it. Because remember, the Democrats were out here saying immigrants built America. That's what Salami said up in New York. That crazy lady said it out there in Washington. And now you're starting to see AOC come out and say it. That lets you know they're afraid. Any other time, they deny the fact that we built America. When we bring up reparations in building America, they deny it. When we bring up building America in terms of the wealth, they deny it. When we stand on business, say no tangibles, no vote, we built this nation, they deny it. Do you know I've seen more Democrats in the past 2 days say that Black Americans built America than I have in the last 100 years? How about this? In the last forever? So now this is their final play to try to get foundational Black Americans to come protest. This is their final play to get foundational Black Americans to get involved in this voter rights thing. This is their final play to get Black Americans to put on a cape and come save them. But let me send you back to our previous statement. We told your ass already that if you F around, you're going to find out. Jump back, Jack. We told you already that you got one more damn time. And now it's over with. You had your opportunity to cut the check. So now the check is going to cut you. Understand that, family. So they're sending out a lot of really interesting looking people. I'm just being honest. Very, very, very interesting looking people. And these interesting looking people think that they're going to try to play foundational Black Americans with the Who Built America. Fam, why are they sending out AOC? Fam, do you want this individual talking about reparations? Really? Is this individual going to try to talk to us? No. Look at this right here, family. Now she's saying that Black Americans created democracy. No, I thought it was Julio. I thought Romero Gonzalez had some refried beans on the weekend and built all of America. So now you're trying to tell me that it wasn't?
There are very few like real archetypes of, in my opinion, truly what America is all about. I think about the civil rights and voting rights movement and how Black Americans really created democracy in this country.
That's exactly right.
How they literally made something from...
Hey, the ladies over there saying, that's so right. That's so true. Why wasn't it true when we said it? Why wasn't it true when we said reparations? Why wasn't it true when we've been standing on top of the mountain telling the world? How come it ain't true when we say it? Look how quick they flip-flop when they scared. First off, look at her face, fam. She's petrified. So is the lady sitting across from her. Now y'all want to talk about we built America. No, we already know we built America. And if you ain't saying we built America and you adding reparations to the conversation, then you ain't talking about nothing, then is you. Keep it to yourself. You had your opportunity. Now you on your own.
And how Black Americans really created democracy in this country.
Right. That's exactly right.
How they literally made something from nothing. It is just beyond me. I think about how like Native people have survived and preserved and treasured their culture. I think about, and I think many of us think about immigrants, which if you aren't from one of those first two populations, you are certainly from largely the third. And so many of us like have our story of...
Wait. Did y'all catch that? First off, she had to bring in immigrants, but notice y'all, she separated us from immigrants in terms of being here. I thought they always combined us with immigrants. They always run around here trying to make us look like generic Africans. don't they? They always make us look like lost immigrants. Notice she kind of tried to stay off of the black folks and immigrants. Normally, they say the natives were the first ones here and the immigrants are black people. Notice that she didn't say that we're the immigrants right there. She made a distinction between us and the immigrants. No, y'all been telling us that we African immigrants for the last 100 years. So go ahead and keep telling that lie. Nice try. Oh, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to catch everything. Fam, she's sitting here studying the grassroots. That's why she's taking so long to get her words out. And then they one kind of thing happened too, right? This is what you call a Latino. This is what it is, family. She's sitting there and she's trying to echo our delineation. She's trying to echo our reparations, and she's trying to echo our sentiments in the grassroots. None of that is going to work. You better try again, you and that lady sitting across from you. Neither one of them can hold foundational Black American existence.
Immigrants, which if you aren't from one of those first two populations, you are certainly from largely the third. And so many of us have our story of our parents, our grandparents, our great-great-grandparents, and so on and so forth. And who come and make something from nothing. And I think that's a big part of also the most inspiring elements of what America is all about. There are
a bunch of scared Democrats who know their time is up because they can't see the foundational Black American grassroots. That's what it is. Family, they trying to talk like us, trying to walk like us. Every sign points to foundational Black Americans is winning. Every sign points to we got these folks literally locked down. There's nothing they can do, nothing they can say. They're trying to talk like us, trying to walk like us. 1 minute they're talking about slavery. Next minute they're saying that we built America. Fam, they're trying to regurgitate our words. Nothing is working for them. Everything is working for us. I say it every single week. I say it all the time. So all my brothers and sisters know what we're dealing with. We are dealing with the most exceptional lineage, heritage, and culture ever. And we're dealing with an FBA renaissance and a delineation movement from the grassroots in the process, fam. Typically, you might get one or two of those every 50 years. We got all three of those at one time. That's what's making it so special. The fact that you have a delineation movement, you have an FBA renaissance, you got the regulators riding, and you got all of that right here, right now, and reparations is the goal. Family, we got like 5 movements all together, and we ain't skipped a beat. And she's skipping her words because she's trying to talk through her teeth. And family, obviously, it's a very difficult thing to do. But that's not our problem because we're certified FBA, and FBA don't play. And we do this every damn day. What the they trying to say? Nothing, because we run it all. And the fact that we run it all, y'all, the most significant portion of all of that is the fact that this grassroots energy is sweeping across the nation. However, the grassroots energy is combining the brothers and sisters in the East, the West, the North, the South, fam. That's the most beautiful part about it. I got my brothers and sisters in the West Coast pulling up. My brothers and sisters on the East Coast pulling up. Y'all know the Midwest and the South always well represented right here in the middle. So what does that tell you? What does that show you? What does that give you? That gives you a spirit that is just untouchable. All right. It's untouchable. It's immortal. It's powerful. It's excellent. It's exceptional. And we all embody that. We're the personification of all of that. And I'm loving the very fact that we know who all of the ops are. What I told you, fam, we put all the ops in one box. FBA don't discriminate. We regulate. Oh, no, we don't separate anything, fam. You back there, all y'all can get it. That's how we get down, okay? So nobody can say, well, what about them? No, we got them too. What about them over there? We got them too. We got all of y'all because y'all all in one box and it's anti-FBA. Basically, fam, it boils down to this. Either you FBA, grassroots, or you're not. And if you have conduct detrimental to the lineage, then you will be checked. And there's only 2 checks that matter, the G check and the reparations check, with all due respect. Let me show y'all even further what I'm talking about. These people was jumping on tables, y'all. When I say that these people are literally out there doing everything for the Democratic Party, they're jumping on tables, brothers and sisters. Yes, this is how bad these people want to be in position, but it's also how bad these people are melting down. Now, when a foundational Black American comes out here and we stand on our certified business, the first thing they want to do is get so upset They wants to cry. They want to get mad and angry. And they're out there getting arrested too. We're not doing any of this. We're not doing it. Black Americans aren't doing any of this type of filthy behavior. This is what we're going to have to start doing, brothers and sisters. We're going to have to start calling it out for what it is. This is filthy behavior. We have the backbone that they don't have. We've got the standards that they don't have. We're not running around here doing this at all. We are not doing this. We are standing on certified business, and we're conducting ourselves with some type of decorum. That's not what they're doing. They're doing everything but. But let me tell you what the most significant portion of all this is, fam. And I mean this. This is why it is so powerful that we are out there in the streets and we're pulling up on these people. It's so powerful, the fact that we regulators and we going on a regulator tour and we're seeing every single political or social op that is disrespectful to us, and we checking them because we have created the distinction that the Democrats cannot stand. You got to understand this, fam. There's not supposed to be a distinction between the Democrats and Black America. They're supposed to be intertwined. That allows them to be the misleaders that they've always been. See, the Democrats have to make it look like in the public scope that they represent the sentiments of foundational Black America. What we're doing now by pulling up on these people, we have created a very, very powerful and important framework that shows the world that it's them over there and it's us right here. So now everybody's watching and they're saying, oh, there is a Black American grassroots. Oh, the grassroots is unified. Oh, the grassroots ain't got nothing to do with the Democrats or the Republicans. Oh, the grassroots are independent. So our independent thoughts with our independent solidarity and our independent beliefs creates an independent functioning source. And that functioning source now is moving, operating, and functioning on its own. That is very powerful in the political and social landscape of the United States of America. And I'm going to tell you why. Whenever the Democrats come out here and they say a policy, that never reflected Black America. But somehow it was always viewed that they reflected us, but they didn't. How many times did you see a Democrat pushing and advocating for something that you never seen a Black American in your average everyday life say that they wanted? But see, when they're seen as our leaders or they're seen as our representation, everybody just assumes, oh, that's how Black America feels. No, the hell it ain't how Black America feels. Matter of fact, Black America feels the opposite. And now we've created that separation. There ain't no connection between the independent grassroots and these political parties. There ain't no connection between the independent grassroots and these politicians. They are completely separate from us in every shape, form, or fashion. The biggest one being we winners and they losers. And this is the importance of the pull-up summer that's already kicked off. Anytime somebody shows up and they say something along the lines of Black folks want that, somebody gonna say, no, that's not what the grassroots are saying. No, the Democrats said that they want this. That brother who stood up and said he cut the check. No, That brother who stood up and said no tangibles, no vote. That sister who stood up and said get the hell up out of here. Now they can't pretend no more. We've shut down their pretending. So if they come around and they say abortion, 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 a lot of Black Americans never supported that. And no longer can they say, oh, this is how Black folks feel. No, now we're saying, no, this is how we feel and you feel separately. Fam, we have completely disconnected them tethers because the Democrats are just political tethers. We've untethered a tether. And if you untether a tether starves because the tether needs foundational Black Americans to prepare their plate and to eat. Well, they ain't eating no more. They ain't eating no more, family, because we done cut off the gravy train. We done cut off the meal ticket. And now we operate with autonomy and as independent. And that's the most powerful thing that you can possibly have. So when Black Alpha goes viral for checking Kamala Harris, now our independent beliefs and agenda is on the front page and everybody sees it's not connected to the Democrats. When our brothers and sisters up in New York stand up and they check Al Sharpton and they check all the Ghanaians, now everybody sees that our independent foundational Black American grassroots agenda is separate from the Africans and from all the tethercrats. So do you see now, fam, they can no longer intertwine themselves with us. They can no longer mix it in or pretend to be our leaders. Pull-ups create distinction, okay? Regulating creates separation. It is a distinction and it is a separation that you have to have, and we haven't had it. The grassroots has pulled the plug out the wall, and we've declared to the world, the only people who speak for the foundational Black American grassroots are foundational Black American grassroots citizens. Not no political party, no political affiliate, not no tether, not no fleer, not no immigrant. Just us, only us, always us. Let me show you even further, family, the type of energy that we on out here in these streets as we in here cooking, y'all. Keep it going, y'all. Keep it going. Keep the energy flowing. And this is why I told everybody, oh, it's green lit. It's green lit, fam. Oh, it's green lit. Yeah. Everything that we was talking about getting together, regulatory, oh, it's green lit, fam. It's all the way live. We got to continue to do this. Because remember, y'all, the more we're out there and showing that the foundational Black American grassroots is an independent entity, the more we do that, the more it's established, the more we can get our agendas met, the more we can make our flag wave in the sky. You have to consistently be out there as grassroots, family, because if you don't show up, boom. I always tell people, I say white Democrats argue with white Republicans over white Democrats' version of Black people. Remember that, fam. They argue over a version of us that isn't us. But now we're here at the table to tell everybody. So what happens when brothers and sisters pull up in May, or they pull up in June, and they pull up in August, and July, and September, and October, and November? What happens when we consistently pull up? You're going to be forced to see the grassroots as its own source, opposed to working with them other folks. Look at this, fam. These individuals think they slick. Oh yeah, we got scholarship today, baby. We got scholarship today. Look at this, fam. This is what happens when you don't check it. I don't even know who this dude is. Rep Ro Kahana. Who is this guy? I don't know who these people are, but watch him try to bring up slavery.
I understand the anger and the frustration of what it feels like to go backwards. I mean, we're talking about 250 years of slavery. We're talking about the scars of 100 years of Jim Crow. We're talking about Reconstruction that was cut short with the Southern Redemption. We're talking about the scars of colonialism. And my grandfather spent 4 years in jail as part of Gandhi's independence movement. And many of us were born thinking that this nation had overcome those ugly strains after decades and decades of sacrifice, and that we were the beneficiaries of moving towards Frederick Douglass and King and Obama's dream of a multiracial democracy. Well, it turns out we were wrong in thinking it would be as easy a path. I understand the anger and the...
What? No, homeboy. Fam, notice he brings up slavery with us, and then he starts talking about Gandhi, who is completely anti-Black. What we talking about? You see why you don't let these people talk for you, fam? Quit mentioning our history. Quit mentioning what we go through. It is none of your business, partner. This is Kamala Harris's cousin. That's who this is, family. This is Kamala Harris's cousin, and Kamala Harris's cousin thought it was, but it wasn't. You understand me? That's what this is, and we ain't going for it. No. Sitting here talking about us like that. No, fam, this is what they always do. It's going to come to a time. Are you tired of the disrespect? The games that they play, family? I'm going to be anti-Black American and not get caught. I'm going to be a Democrat in disguise. I'm a Democrat meth addict, and I love the Democratic Party like it's a drug, and then try to use our people. How long are these people going to play that game, fam? They're going to play that game forever. If you let them, if you allow them. And this is why Foundational Black Americans is like, hell no. No. Grassroots stand up. And then let me take it a step further, fam. Check this out. They're also sending out these W's. And the W's are doing these little love letters. We're like, we love Black folks, man. Black folks are so good. And when you seen AOC and she was trying to mimic our talking points, she wasn't the only one trying to mimic our talking points. Y'all look at this right here. Look at this. Fam, they're sending out Brad. Watch what Brad says. We can't allow MAGA to erase the Black vote. Oh, no. Before I go in on Brad, watch how Brad is sitting there trying to say, ooh, he's trying to gas us up, y'all. See, they're always trying to use reverse psychology. Brad is on here saying, man, you done messed up now. You done made Black folks mad. See, they think by saying that, we're going to say, yeah, that is true. We need to fix these damn voter rights. They think that's going to drum up support and make us go fight against the Republicans, okay? Now they say we can't just tell them straight up. Let's use reverse psychology. Y'all look at this right here, family, as I proceed. These individuals think they slick, but no. Watch.
Trump and MAGA have picked a fight with the wrong people. For those of you who aren't as familiar with Black history, countless individuals were jailed and beaten, and some even died to pass the Civil Rights Acts of the 1960s, including the Voting Rights Act. White folks can't really imagine that because we've always had the right to vote. We've always had folks who look like us in Congress. But we cannot stand idly by as our Black brothers and sisters are politically erased. You know, the white community and the white Christian community in particular in this nation has a shameful track record of fighting against Black progress. We made a whole documentary about it. And regardless of where you stand on reparations as a whole, which I do support, what we can all do is to take the first step towards repair.
No, fam, he's trying to say that reparations should come in the form of us helping the Democrats. Listen what he just said, fam. He said that's repair. Watch. He says the first step of repair is Black Americans in fixing the voting rights. No, boy. Try again.
We made a whole documentary about it. And regardless of where you stand on reparations as a whole, which I do support, what we can all do is to take the first step towards repair, and that is to stand with our Black brothers and sisters when they're under attack. Because if we truly are one nation under God, as we claim to be, then it's high time we started acting like it. Listen, y'all, Trump and MAGA.
No, hell no. They think they slick, man. Do they not know who they dealing with? Do they not know we certified over here? Fam, listen to what he's trying to say. He says, if you support reparations as a whole, see, be cautious when they say reparations as a whole, because what that's really doing is that's leaving the door cracked that someone can say, well, I support half of reparations. So let's give them some Uber. Let's give them some DoorDash. He thinks he's slick, fam. Oh, I see everything. When you're dealing with a liar, watch it all.
Nation has a shameful track record of fighting against Black progress. We made a whole documentary about it. And regardless of where you stand on reparations as a whole, which I do support, reparations as a whole, which I do support, what we can all do is to take the first step towards repair, and that is to stand with our Black brothers and sisters when they're under attack.
Nope, hell no. First thing and the last thing you can do is cut that damn check. How about that one? Boy, you crazy. Boy, you better go back to Mayo land. You better go get on that Miracle Whip roller coaster. I don't know what you're talking about. The first thing we can do is we can just support our Black brothers and sisters. No, I don't give a damn about none of that. Where my money? Cash reparations everywhere around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Don't even open the game where it's some type of friendship. See, that's that reconciliation. That's how that all starts, fam. It all starts with, well, you know, what we can do is reparations can be we just stand up for y'all. And the way we stand up for y'all is voter rights. So we can stop those evil Republicans and Donald Trump. Man, that was littered with trick language. He put trick language all in that, family. Everything he was saying was tricktified. No, miss us with that. I don't give a damn. I don't want y'all to come around us. Stay over there. I don't want to hear nothing about marching and friends and allies. Y'all had 60 years of folks believing that. And now those days are done. Where my money? I want my MONEY, and that is bottom line. I don't give a damn about friends and allies and none of that. I got enough friends. They're all Black Americans. I got enough allies. They all Black Americans. I got brothers and sisters and kings and queens and goddess and gods and all my cousins, all my cousins, all my bros and all my brothos. And we all want money, okay? Because we built this thing and you gonna give it up one way or another. Keep all your social justice over there in Mayo world. Right here in foundational Black America, you better cut that check. You better cut that check. I'm telling you now, with all due disrespect, you better give us our cash. And that's what they're trying to do, y'all. They think they slick, right? Boy, he thought he was slick, didn't he? If you support reparations as a whole, fam, what the hell is as a half? What the hell is as a half reparations? Watch the words now, fam. They'll start trying to do that because they always do a play on words and trick language, fam, trick bag language. They'll start saying things like, it'll go from reparations to reparations as a whole. What the hell is reparations as a half? What is it? And then immediately following that, he starts talking about something else. I don't give a damn. There's no such thing as reparations as a whole. It's either reparations or it's not. It's either cash payments or it's not. And we want cash payment reparations. And Kamala Harris knows we want cash payment reparations because I stood up and demanded cash payment reparations. And 50 million certified foundational Black American brothers and sisters, kings, queen, goddess, and gods in the grassroots told her the same damn thing. That's why she's on the damn couch. Ain't it funny, family? We can sit on the couch and now they're on the couch. But we're on the couch because we're not voting. They're on the couch because they didn't get voted for and they got fired. That's the difference. So, nah, you better try again with that one, fam. Cut the check. I want my money all the way. And fam, that's how it's got to be. We got to be relentless. We got to be hard with it. We got to stay focused. We got to keep on pushing. You pull up again, okay? You roll up on somebody, you G-check them, continuously do this. This is how everything stays in our possession. Take no steps back, no shorts, no losses. Keep the momentum. Matter of fact, build the momentum. Make it get stronger, make it get more certified. And the more you do that, the more you win. And family, if you look around right now, we winning. This is what I mean when I tell everybody these folks are lost. I mean, they ain't got nothing in them. Fam, that can't be no political representation that you see out here in these streets, y'all. No. Mm-mm. Because that's the type of political representation that gets you nothing forever. And we ain't with the nothing forever. We want it all right now. Because, family, these people are known to be working for the Democratic Party. Yes, they are. Fam, it's already been known. People done already pulled out the receipts. We're not going to sit here and act like we ain't see the damn receipts. You see it right there live on your screen, y'all. You see it on your screen. Roland Martin was taking straight up money from the Democrats. In what world can you be taking money from the Democratic Party and then just turn around like it never happened? Act like you didn't just take some cash. These people are in no position to talk to Black Americans. You cannot speak for foundationals if that's the type of energy that you've been on. You cannot speak for our lineage, heritage, and culture if you've been out here getting the bag. These are paid ops. Now, when you see people out here and they just regular people in the church, them is just CWONs. People like Roland, Conscious Fleet, we've already showed all the dark money, fam. We got the receipts. Everything we say is true. This is another reason why they're mad. They're mad that we're winning and we're playing fair. I want you to remember that in your brain, okay? See, they want to make it look like we're doing some type of devious thing. This is why all the slander doesn't work whenever they're trying to slander us. All the forgery that they do, it doesn't work. They always try to forge something on us. Y'all is MAGA. That's them trying to forge. That's forgery, family, okay? That's what that is. That's forgery. That doesn't work on us. Notice, fam, we got a force field that's brushing all of that off. They can't do or say nothing. They can't try to hit us with some type of forgery and say that we said something we didn't. You can't slander us. Y'all's a hate group. Y'all xenophobic. Y'all notice they said that 1,000,000 times and it ain't stuck once. And just like a real foundational Black American, all we do is keep on rolling, family. That's all we keep on doing. It ain't sticking because it ain't true. But what we say about them, on the other hand, shit, man, we got the paperwork, the details, everything lined up. You can see it with your own eyes. The intel is there. So another reason why they're so angry is because Black Americans understand that, Black Americans know that, and Black Americans, we ain't on that. And you start to see a lot of people, even folks in the church. And a lot of folks in the church is even coming out. And the folks in the church is like, hey, we don't give a damn about this voter rights stuff. That ain't got nothing to do with us. You keep on trying to trick us and you keep on getting played. You got to love it, y'all. Watch this.
Everybody's having a hissy fit right now because the Supreme Court struck down gerrymandering on basis of race. They're treating it as though we've lost our vote. Our voting, our right to vote is being erased. No, I'll tell you what you ought to do for yourself, not for anyone else, for yourself. Go study some of these districts. See if for their multiple decades in office, see if crime has gotten any better. That's right. So I'm not looking for representation that look like me. I'm looking for representation who can get the job done. I don't care how they look.
That's it.
Who can bring jobs. People need jobs. Who can do something about crime. Who has influence to make some things happen. If they can help make life better for the people who live in that district, that matters to me more than complexion. Everybody's having a history.
There you go. One more time, family. Yeah, you say look like Fred Sanford. Yes, let me tell you something, fam. I'm gonna say this right now. Okay. First and foremost, you wouldn't even seen that years ago, but it just shows you people feel more comfortable saying things that are a dominant energy in society. The very fact that we have dominant energy in society makes more people come out and echo our sentiments. It's almost like it's cool to come out and say, because we done made it cool. We done made it cool by the way we move and how we be out here styling. But let me say this as well. Notice everything that the Democrats are doing is all a play on words, okay? It's all a play on words. Black Americans have never lost our right to vote. I want you to notice, fam, how they're trying to use the term, we lost our voter rights. Losing your voter rights in a particular district being redrawn are two different things. One more time. Losing your voter rights in a particular district being redrawn are two completely different things. And they're trying to use the first one about losing your voter rights because that is more appealing for them to try to scare you. Fam, imagine if they just came out and said, hey, they redrew districts. It happens all the time. They gerrymandered, and Democrats do it too. No one would give a damn. No one would care because that's the truth. But it ain't scary enough for the Democrats. That ain't them using our pain and suffering. See, they can't evoke slavery by talking like that. So therefore, they got to come out and say, your voter rights are under attack. They're coming to get you. They're going to take all your kids. Literally, fam, I showed you earlier, the guy said our kids will be picking cotton. Think about how insensitive, insulting that is. And then also let me say this as well. All these people running around here talking about Black Americans are going to be slaves again. Can I go ahead and give you translation for what they're saying? Anytime somebody says that Black Americans will be deported, Black Americans will pick cotton, Black Americans will go back to slavery, what they're really trying to tell you is that there's going to be millions of bodies laid out if that ever happens. I don't know what world they think that they could say something like that and not include what come along with that. A lot of things come along with that type of statement, but notice they don't ever bring that up. Where we gonna be at when this happens? Where we gonna be when you got Black folks going back into slavery and getting deported? You think that's just gonna happen and it's all gonna be sweet and dandy? Or why don't you tell us the other side of how that's all gonna play out? Because I got a very, very strong notion that 50 million foundational Black Americans ain't gonna let that slide. That's what I believe, family. Matter of fact, I believe it, I speak it, I receive it. Black Americans ain't just taking that. So what you need to say is straight up say, oh, it's gonna be a world war if that happens. Oh, but you ain't gonna use that type of language though. You just want to get to the point of scaring us enough, but you don't really want to go all the way there because then we're gonna see you for your BS. Yeah. Anybody saying that Black Americans will be slaves again need to include it will be World War III before that ever happens. Make sure you put in World War III and make sure you put in the ramifications of even thinking about some stuff like that. But you ain't willing to do that though, because you just really want to scare us enough to go vote for you. Do you see how devious these individuals are? Do you? Do you see how pathetic and low budget and bottom feeder these people are? Based off that alone is enough for you to never vote for that Democratic Party ever again. Fam, we could sit here and come up with a billion different reasons why. They don't do nothing. They cosplay, they front, they bring in illegals, they give no jobs, they give us no finances, they can't pass nothing. We can leave all that to the table. Telling Black Americans that we will be deported or we will go back in slavery is enough to never vote for that party again because it is so preposterous that it should be shunned and it should be canceled immediately. You ain't got to look for the 100 other reasons why they fail us. You can start there. You can stop there. That is it. Anytime somebody ever utters those words towards a Black American, even Black American children, they out here telling that too. Fam, that's predatory. That's predatory. You don't go tell no Black American baby that they going to be slaves again. And then you see how bad slavery was. Slavery wasn't nobody playing. Slavery wasn't nothing funny. See, the days of using slavery and things that have happened to us as a prop or a weapon so you get votes, that is damning to do or to say. And we take that very serious, family. We take that very serious because you talk about my ancestors. Now, Mr. Punjabi, he may not care. Mr. Mayo may not care. Mr. Africano may not care. Mr. Colombiano may not care. Mr. Immigrant who got here last night, he may not care because that ain't his people. That ain't his story. They only want to milk that story. We take that very personal, especially somebody like myself who lives right by plantations. Let me tell you, I drive by plantations every goddamn day, every day. And I think about those plantations and what those people dealt with. And then immediately I think about how Democrats use those people's pain and suffering so they can get a few extra dollars. Family, I can't put it to you any more clear. I can't break it down to you any further. That right there is blasphemy. That is blasphemy. And that is why I don't give a F what a Democrat says. And if the Republicans don't like it, F them too. Anybody who invokes slavery and all the things that went through or all the things that encountered to us as some type of political prop shall never get Black American support ever again. And I'm here to see to it personally that you never get it. In the name of our ancestors, you talking about our bloodline when you talking, you better show respect. And that's why when we pull up, that's why when we roll up, that's why when we regulate, we come in full speed and we don't give a damn. You don't give a damn about our ancestors' pain. I don't give a damn about your ass getting fired. You don't give a damn about my ancestors suffering. I don't give a damn about your ass getting a pink slip. You don't give a damn about what we went through building this country. I don't give a damn about what you about to go through when your ass is out on the corner like it's trash day. Run it up. Let me show you even further where we at with it, family. You already know, you know. And if you know right, fam. These people are doing exactly what I said that they were going to do. And we said this a long time ago, y'all. A long time ago. But I could tell you, but I could speak it, and I could break it down. But family, we're going to go deep because we in here preaching today. We're in here preaching today. Every single thing that we're speaking of and every single thing that we're saying, I want you to understand our ancestors left us with the message that we are to continue to do what we're doing. Everything that you're talking about, delineation, your ancestors left you with that. A lot of things that Black Americans do, we never sat down to talk about. We're not these people. They got to sit down and have committees and come up with the next lie. Black Americans don't have to do that, fam. Everything is right here. It's internal. It's spiritual. That's why a Black American from Missouri can see a Black American from Alabama don't even know each other, but know how to address each other. That's why you can say something that your great-great-great-grandfather said, and you don't even know he said it until you do it. Somebody and tells you that you did it. That's the difference between us. Fam, what we're saying about the Democratic Party and what we're saying about the Democratic establishment, but more importantly, what we're saying about the foundational Black American grassroots, it reigns supreme. And it's been like for a very, 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 very long time. And if people don't feel what I'm saying, fam, we ain't got to go that far. Let's take it back. Family, today we have a special guest, okay, on this broadcast. And this person has been living with us for a long time. And this brother goes by the name of Malcolm X, okay? And I'm going to allow Malcolm X to say everything that we've been breaking down for 2 hours right here on a Friday night AlphaCast, brothers and sisters. And I want you to think about this personally, internally. Think about what Malcolm's saying and tell me that it does not reflect and echo the sentiments of certified foundational Black America. So everybody who wants to use Malcolm X as an example, let me allow Malcolm X to talk. And I promise you, Malcolm X sounds like us and never like them. Watch what brother Malcolm X says about the certified foundational Black American grassroots. You're going to hear it with your own ears. Watch.
Problem, integration, civil rights issue, are all nothing but tools used by the whites who call themselves liberals against another group of whites who call themselves conservatives, either to get into power or to retain power. Among whites here in America, the political teams are no longer divided into Democrats and Republicans. The whites who are now struggling for control of the American political throne are divided into liberal and conservative camps. The white liberals from both parties cross party lines to work together toward the same goal. And
the white liberals and the white conservatives cross party lines to serve the same goals. Bipartisan anti-blackness.
Conservatives from both parties do likewise. The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game.
When he poses as a friend of the Negro, he's able to use that person as a prop against Black people. The same exact thing that we've been talking about this whole damn time. It's very familiar, ain't it, fam? Ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new. Talk to him, brother Malcolm. Talk to him, brother. Let's go.
That is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football. And the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration and civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leaders who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition.
He has complete control over the civil rights Negroes, and he uses them as a token to control the Black American community. Come on, fam. This ain't nothing new. This was said in the 60s. Follow me now.
Token gains, token progress. In the New York Tribune, in an editorial dated February the 5th, 1960, they pointed out that out of 11 million qualified Negro voters, only 2,700,000 actually take time to vote.
Wait. Fam. Listen. Malcolm is about to cook. And what he says is a prophecy for what's happening now. I have to frame this. Watch what he says about the power of the Black American vote and tell me it is not exactly what's happening with the grassroots. I'm going to let it ride. Go ahead, Brother Malcolm.
They pointed out that out of 11 million qualified Negro voters, only 2,700,000 actually take time to vote. This means that, roughly speaking, only 3 million out of the 11 million Negroes who are qualified to vote take an active part, and the remaining 8 million remain voluntarily inactive. And yet it is this small minority, the 3 million Negro voters, who help determine who will be the next president.
Woo!
If who will be the next president can be influenced by 3 million Negro voters, it is easy to see why the presidential candidates of both political parties put on such a false show with the Civil Rights Bill and promises of integration. They must impress the 3 million voting Negroes who are the actual integration seekers. And if so much fuss is made over these 3 million integration seekers, what would the presidential candidates have to do to appease the 8 million non-voting Negroes?
That's us. Fam, if you got goosebumps right now, put 100 in the chat, because I'll put 1,000,000 of them. Listen to what Brother Malcolm just said. That's us he's talking about. Those are us, the non-voting Negroes, the ones that they are trying to court with games and tricks because we hold the balance of power. Brother Malcolm is talking from the soul and is talking to our soul right now.
The 3 million voting Negroes who are the actual integration seekers. And if so much fuss is made over these 3 million integration seekers, what would the presidential candidates have to do to appease the 8 million non-voting Negroes if they ever decided to become politically active?
Woo!
They hold the balance of power.
They hold the balance of power.
Who are the 8 million non-voting Negroes?
No. I'm sorry. No. They hold the balance of power. You had it the whole time, family. What you looking for? You the question and the answer.
So much fuss is made over these 3 million integration seekers. What would the presidential candidates have to do to appease the 8 million non-voting Negroes if they ever decided to become politically active? They hold the balance of power. Politically active. They hold the balance of power. They hold the balance of power. They hold the balance of power. Who are the 8 million non-voting Negroes? What do they want? And why don't they vote?
Reparations! He's about to name us specifically.
The 3 million Negro voters are the so-called middle-class Negroes, or high-class Negroes, or uppity Negroes, who are referred to by the late Howard University sociology professor E. Franklin Frazier as the black bourgeoisie, who have been educated to think as patriotic individualists with no racial pride whatsoever, who believe in and look forward to the future integrated, intermarried society that is constantly being promised to them by the Negro politician. And therefore, this integration-minded 3 million minority remain an active part of the white-controlled political parties. But it must never be overlooked that these 3 million Negro integration seekers are only a small minority of the 11 million qualified Negro voters. The 8 million non-voting Negroes are the majority, the downtrodden black masses. They have refused to vote. They've refused to take a part in politics because they reject the Uncle Tom approach of the clergy politician leadership that has been handpicked for the so-called Negroes by the white man himself. This clergy politician leadership does not speak for the Negro majority. They don't speak for the black masses. They speak for the black bourgeoisie, the brainwashed, white-minded, middle-class minority, who, because they are ashamed of their race, because they are ashamed of being black and don't want to be identified with black, they are seeking to lose this black identity by mixing and mingling and intermarrying and integrating with the white society. The race problem cannot be solved by listening to the white-minded, brainwashed minority. The white man must try to learn what the black majority wants. The president would be wise to try and learn what the black masses want. And the only way to find this out is by listening to the man who speaks for the black masses. And I can declare to you tonight and to the entire world that the man here in America who speaks for the majority, the downtrodden, dissatisfied black masses,
the downtrodden black masses, the ones who stand on business, the ones who stand on reparations, the ones who are out here in the trenches from the soil, speaking from the soul, that be us, the foundational black American grassroots. It's always been that way, and we are just living proof of it, embodied in the soul, family. Man, that is extra deep, y'all. Save this, rewind this, play it back, watch it, listen, learn. Ain't nothing changed but the slang, y'all. It's all right here. It's all right here, and it's always been that way. Brother Malcolm made it clear that when you have the sellouts who are tokens, who are always put in position to keep us down, that's what the dominant society loves. What does the dominant society consist of? Two different sides of the same ideology. Who do we represent? We represent your average, everyday, foundational black American who's out here standing on business together. And what did he say? We hold the balance of power. What are you seeing right now, my brothers, my sisters? You're seeing that we are flexing all of our power off the muscle. So if you want to know why everybody's in the streets right now, protesting, rallying, marching, burning things, fighting each other, standing on tables, crying, melting down, having 24-hour spaces, 24-hour lives, it's because of us. And we hold the balance of power. Just like Malcolm X said then, just like we are all saying now. Family, it's in the soul, y'all. It is in the soul, foundational black American grassroots. So this is the era of the grassroots. This is the grassroots takeover, shall I say. This is the grassroots coming to get everything that belongs to us. And we done took it over, y'all. And we all stand on business together and we all make sure that we represent. Fam, this is a very spiritual time that we're in. Very, very, very spiritual. Nothing can compare to what we have because nobody can compare to who we are. You understand where I'm coming from? The difference between this generation and previous generations is that we have the luxury of learning. We have the luxury of listening. We have the luxury of not making those same mistakes. And we have the luxury of doing the same things that worked. And everything that we're doing right now is working. Everything that we're doing right now is working. So the fact that everything we're doing is working, they are mad because we found out something they didn't want us to know. We're not supposed to be here having this conversation. We're not supposed to be here having this discussion, engaging with each other. We're not supposed to be right here standing on this FBA principle, but we are, and we're pushing it. And guess what, fam? We're doing it with no emotions and no feelings. We're doing it with no drawbacks. We're not thinking twice. We're making our mind up. We're going, we're winning in real time. And I want you to notice another thing that Brother Malcolm said, and he said it so clear. See, back then, they would promise black folks that they were going to give them something. Now they try to scare us that something's going to happen. Listen to what Brother Malcolm said. He said the way that they end up manipulating people back then in the 60s and 70s was with things like the Civil Rights Act. We're going to give you the Civil Rights Act. We're going to give you these policies. Now what they do to us is a little different. What they do now is they tell us that we're going to go back to the era. You understand that? Think about what it was. Back then they say, oh, vote for us. We're going to give you civil rights. Vote for us. We're going to pass white women Walmart. Vote for us. We're going to give you access to go drink out the same water fountain. Back then it used to be about telling us what you were going to give us. That was a bunch of token stuff. Now it's about telling us what will happen to us if we don't do it. There's a slight difference in the tactics. And I want everybody to frame that, fam. This is how they try to play the game. It's no longer, oh, we're going to give you this. Now it's, no, we can't give you this. But if you don't give us your vote, then you ain't going to get nothing. Fam, you don't owe the Democrats anything. They owe us everything. Think about it, y'all. If the United States of America owes Black Americans, what the hell you think the Democrats owe us? Fam, everybody owes Black Americans. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know how your mind on anything but reparations. If somebody owes you what you have created and built, then family foundational Black Americans deserve it all because we created and built everything. So when I say reparations from the United States of America, that means the Democrats is reparations and it's 60 years of putting y'all in power because we hold the balance of power. And now we're starting to utilize it and we standing on it, fam. I love the energy. I love the vibe. I love where we're going and no steps back, fam. We're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to win. We're going to continue to be ourselves. Let me show y'all this right here, fam. This is what I mean by these folks out here. And they think they slick, boy. Boy, they think they slick. They think they cold. Let me see if I can pull this on up for the fam. We got a little something for y'all. Let me see if we can get this right up in here. These individuals have been trying to run amok for a long time, fam. Nothing is new when you're dealing with these individuals. I'm telling y'all, they wake up, they lie, they go to sleep, they lie. All they do is lie. They don't know how to do anything other than lie to Black Americans. And that's okay. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Continue to do all that, all you want to. But let me tell you what we're not going to do. We ain't going to fall for it. So you can come up with whatever lies in your brain. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have to also come up with every damn dollar in that bank account. And that's really what you're afraid of. You're afraid of them dollars in that damn bank account coming on over here because we be mopping people up regardless. So what happens, family, when we mop these individuals up based on these individuals thinking that they got something for us? Nope. Let me show y'all this. If we can get it online. Here we go. Yes, we are rocking. All right. Let me load this up for the family. First things first, these individuals are not hustling Black Americans, number one. And two, the people falling for all of that are people that we don't rock with in the first place. Look at this, fam. Did y'all see this? These people are out here talking about Rachel Maddow. Y'all look at this.
Hey, please tell me y'all watching Rachel Maddow.
Did y'all see what Rachel Maddow said about Black Americans? Did y'all see what Rachel Maddow said about Black Americans being targeted? Every Black person needs to watch this video.
Hey, y'all, hey, please tell me y'all watching Rachel Maddow. Black people, please watch and rewatch Rachel Maddow. She is going through the war on Black America, and the things that Rachel Maddow is talking about is jaw-dropping. The things
Rachel Maddow is telling these people something that is supposed to be jaw-dropping. Rachel Maddow, fam, this is who these individuals are running to go get some type of intel. Rachel Maddow. Did y'all see what Rachel Maddow said? Rachel Maddow said that we need to get our money together because, you know, if Rachel Maddow said it, then it must be true. Rachel Maddow, family? No at all. And for every one of those, Rachel Maddow said, yeah, absolutely, sister. Who cares? Rachel Maddow. Rachel, fam, they just go for anybody. Like anybody, fam. Anybody they can just pull off the street. Rachel Maddow said, okay, anybody that's on that Democratic shield talk, right? But man, brothers and sisters ain't going for that. And it's not happening all across the United States of America at all. Never.
African word, African American. When you say the word African American related to the indigenous people of this land, a person from the continent of Africa was Chinese, who's Caucasian, or who is African, when they arrive in the United States and become a citizen, can claim themselves to be African American. And some can even say they're more African American than most. So I think that word needs to be eliminated from this discussion of reparations. African word, African American.
Eliminate it the hell up out of here.
That I'm not quite understanding. Now, if somebody's here illegal, that's against the law. What are they asking y'all to do, to break the law? Ramirez, you got black people in that district. When you gonna ever stand up for them? They living in poverty, poor education. What are you saying? You can't even look me in my face. What are you saying? You don't care about them. And here go 8 black faces. We the majority, and you sitting here talking about a small majority, a small voting bloc. What are you saying? Forget the biggest voting bloc that y'all supposed to represent. And listen to me, my biggest threat is not ICE. My biggest threat is the local police, the sheriff, the state troopers. It wasn't long ago that the state troopers rolled the boy down on the ATV and shot him dead. Which one of y'all stood up for us then? Karen Worthy, always overcharging. In fact, she got an interrogating unit that says after 5, 10, 30 years, oh, we made a mistake, let them go. Y'all don't say a one ugly word about that. So what are we doing here? That I'm not quite understanding. Nah.
Nobody's talking how the Democrats are talking. Y'all remember the story I told in Washington, D.C. at the rally for reparations? When I said I seen some young brothers who said we ain't African, we American? I wasn't lying.
Hey, bro, we not from Africa, bro.
Right here.
We from right here.
You from America? Who land is this?
Ours.
It's y'all land? Tell them it's y'all land. Who they stole it from?
Right there.
Yeah.
They stole it from us.
Yeah, talk y'all shit.
But look, I just want y'all to know, have a good day, and I'm a good kid. Stay positive, meditate.
Ooh, he's focused. He's focused, yeah.
Hey, bro, we not from Africa, bro.
Right here.
We from right here.
You from
Right here. We from right here.
right here?
We from right here.
You from America? Who land is this?
Ours.
It's y'all land?
Damn right, it's our land. They think I be playing, man, when I be telling these people. I ain't playing. Ain't nobody playing out here in these streets, fam. Look at these young brothers. They know where they from. How you running around here still talking about some we shall overcome, and these young brothers out here standing on principle?
Not from Africa.
Right here.
We from right here.
You from America? Who land is this?
Ours.
It's y'all land? Tell them it's y'all land. Who they stole it from?
Right there.
Yeah.
They stole it from us.
Yeah, talk y'all shit.
But look, I just want y'all to know, have a good day, and I'm a good kid. Stay positive, meditate.
Ooh, he's focused. He's focused, yeah.
There they go. There they go. There they go. There they go. Fam, generational shift, grassroots, takeover. All of us, all together. You can't deny it, fam. You can deny it all you want to, but it don't mean nothing. The energy is ours. All you got to do is go, fam. The facts don't care whether you care about them or not. The facts going to go on with or without you. And the facts done rode on with or without all of these shields. And I'm telling you right now, they will not have no stranglehold over the foundational Black American grassroots, our society, our community, all of the above. It belongs to us. So therefore, they watching. And what they watching us ball right now, fam. I just showed you that. That was young. That was old. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. Hey, baby boomers, you got the Gen Xers, you got the millennials, you got Gen Z, you even got Gen Alpha. Fam, that is well represented. That is well represented. They don't have that. They still running around here talking about John Lewis. They still running around here talking about Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson gone. John Lewis gone. And so is they butter biscuits. Fam, let me tell you what I said the other day what these people are. Okay, can I tell you what these folks are, fam? They are BWOB. Okay, that's exactly what they are. They're bums without a biscuit. All right. When you don't vote Democrat, you're going to see a bunch of BWOBs, okay? Bums without a biscuit. And them bums ain't got no biscuits because FBA done took over because the grassroots is in here, the same grassroots that Brother Malcolm X was talking about. So we done created a lot of bums. And guess what? Them bums ain't got no crumbs because we number one. Fam, let me say this as well. And I need some help from my good brothers and sisters. There's a person out there that's been talking about Black Americans, because remember I told you, word on the street, man, is that, you know, they out there and they shook right now. They afraid. And like I told everybody, the regulator tore green lit green lit, family. I don't know about nobody else, but me, myself, and Icon, #1 activist, I'm telling y'all, you already know the type of energy that we rocking with. The pull-ups and the regulated tours in full swing. Anywhere these people at, we matching energy. And as simple as that. We're not wilding out, jumping on tables, none of that, but we letting our voices be heard. And people have to see it. They have to see Black Americans in the grassroots everywhere. This is how we get this grassroots thing further established. We already dominate anyway, so let's just take it up another notch, fam, another level, because there's levels to this, and we all the way on top of the building. Fam, let me tell you something. When I say that they're afraid of the pull-ups are embarrassing them. Fam, they were upset at me for what I said to Kamala. They were upset about what our brothers and sisters said out there in New York. They were upset when our brother Tariq pulled up on Conscious fleeing them out in the West Coast. Yeah, it is. They're upset. And word on the street is that they ducking and dodging. They can't bob and weave, but they trying to run from us. So every time they have a gathering, they're looking around. And I'm telling you, I was so astonished by how many people email me, and keep the emails coming, and I'll be hitting up everybody, because all of us together, we going to stand on one, and we going to start shutting things down. And maybe some people who've been holding their districts for years doing nothing for Black folks, maybe we'll give them a parting message of F you and goodbye. And what a beautiful poetic way that would be, fam, to tell that dinosaur F you and goodbye. And it was all brothers and sisters from all different backgrounds, and we tallying it all up, and we gonna regulate them all together now. Watch this, fam. I don't know who this individual is. I don't know, but I need you to tell me, do you know who this person is, fam? Because this came across my timeline, because brothers and sisters give me so much intel and information. But this person right here was saying how they're running for some type of district or something in Maryland. But something was very, very strange when I watched this person, because this person was very, very adamant about us not going out and doing pull-ups. I don't know who this is. I'm just asking the crowd. So y'all let me know, especially if the DMV in the building, because I believe the person said they from that area. But I'm hearing grassroots language mixed in with y'all don't go out there. And that makes me have a side eye for what they're saying. And remember, y'all, they've been having a lot of grassroots language mixed in with Democratic talking points. Hell, A.O. Teeth was out here earlier talking about Black folks built America, and then she slid in immigrants. So if A.O. Teeth is saying that right there, and A.O. Teeth wants to lie, you got to watch everybody. Side eye. Watch this, family. And does this not sound like a please stop?
Foundational Black Americans only. Foundational Black Americans only. So you know how we've been on them different servers and in those group chats talking about how we ready to come outside and do our little 1-2-1-2. Don't. You know I am running for Congress. And I've inserted myself in places that only Congress people can be in. Yeah, I just got some very crazy information. Don't do it. Also, conservatives have created their own fake agents, and they have put them up as Democrats. They are using a lot of immigrants. AIPAC is using a lot of immigrants to run for offices, especially Africans. Yeah, they are getting ready to turn this into a third world country. There are places that you don't want to live, and right now Maryland is #1 on the shit list of places to live. And I don't know how to feel about that. I just got some really crazy news, and I will share it whenever I can confirm. If I don't confirm, ignore everything I'm saying. But we are in for a shitstorm. So again, Black foundational Black Americans, Black foundational Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, no Black Americans. That little 1-2-1-2 we were gonna do, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it, and they ain't worth being saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
Fam, what's going on? Who is this person, family? This is very strange. I had to talk to y'all. I was like, hey, I got to go to the family. Hey, when I don't know something, I'm waiting to talk to y'all. I was like, somebody going to let me know. This is real. Don't go outside. And I didn't like that black, the foundation, founding people of America. Foundational people of the United States. This was very littered with, we don't need to go pull up. This sounded like the overall message was, don't go outside. This is what this, and I heard talking points, the Africans, the immigrants, and they like to use sometimes people that we don't rock with as some type of thing to make it sound like they're down. I don't know who this individual is. Maybe y'all can enlighten me, but I think this was somebody telling us to stand down, and we standing on business.
Foundational Black Americans only. Foundational Black Americans only. So you know how we've been on them different servers and in those group chats talking about how we ready to come outside and do our little 1 2 1 2. Don't.
Ain't no solutions either, yo. She just said don't, and then that was it. She didn't say nothing else other than that. She just said don't come outside. That's it. Bye. There was no solutions. Like, what? And she said it's going to be an ish show, and she almost was like alluding that we need to leave America. Fam, this is looking real Asian-ish. Okay, this is real agent talk here.
I am running for Congress, and I've inserted myself in places that only Congress people can be in. I just got some very crazy information. Don't do it. Also, conservatives have created.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? She said don't do it, and then she like jumped to the next one. Fam, she barely even got all that out. She's like, don't do it. And by the way, don't do it. Oh, wash out. Don't do it. Hey, she jumped over that. Don't do it. Like she just threw that in real quick.
Don't do it. Also, conservatives have created their own fake agents, and they have put them up as Democrats. They are using a lot of immigrants. AIPAC is using a lot of immigrants to run for offices, especially Africans. They are getting ready to turn this into a third world country. There are places that you don't want to live, and right now Maryland is number one on the shit list of places to live. And I don't know how to feel about that. I just got some really crazy news, and I will share it whenever I can confirm. If I don't confirm, ignore everything I'm saying. But
yeah, I see y'all in the chat. Good, great points. She's calling us bots. And another shout out to the chat as well. I caught that whole thing about servers. We're on, the servers and the back servers. Who? What? Fam, there's bots and servers. You know what I mean? What's she talking about? Robots and iPhones? And man, that's agent talk. Yeah, that's real bot talk. And notice she started talking that AIPAC stuff. She started talking about the conservatives. I'm thinking she threw in Africans and some little play to kind of throw us off. Okay? She noticed she didn't elaborate on the Africans. She's like, they just using Africans and bots. And it's about to turn into a third world country. And here we go, fam. Watch how she says foundational Black Americans. I don't like it.
But we are in for a shitstorm. So again, Black foundational Black Americans, Black foundational Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, no Black Americans. That little 1 2 1 2 we were gonna do, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And they ain't worth being saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
Who are we ever talking about saving? And what the hell do you mean a 1 2 1 2? What 1 2 are you talking about? We weren't doing no 1 2 to save nobody. She tried to make it look like we was gonna do a 1 2 to go save somebody. Fam, none of this is at fam, brothers, sisters. Yeah, this is some real. Yeah, the tether. I don't know what alert to hit, man. I damn near want to hit the poke alert. Man, why this got me wanting to hit the poke alert? I don't even know why, but I want to damn near hit the poke alert, the COON alert, the tether alert. I mean, we just need to stay on alert because that foundational Black American, and I don't like that came out.
Whenever I can confirm, if I don't confirm, ignore everything I'm saying. But we are in for a shitstorm. So again, Black foundational Black Americans, Black foundational Black Americans.
Black foundational Black Americans. Who the hell is that?
Foundational Black Americans. No black.
Nah, op. How about that one? When I question your American. Yeah, fam, that came across my line and I couldn't wait. And I'm looking at what you guys were saying in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You said that hairline looked like Sham God. Damn. You want me to slow that down? Do I got to slow it down? I will. Here we go. Black Alpha slow down, family. Let's get it. Let's go. She was saying that all messed up. Wasn't she? Black. Here we go.
Black. Foundational Black Americans. Black. Foundational Black Americans. And foundational Black Americans. No black Americans. That little 1 2 1 2 we were gonna do. Don't do it.
No, you don't do them lies, and you don't do another live because it's bothering me. Okay, your forehead is really getting underneath my skin. It's irritating me. Okay, yes, I had my family about to hit both of the damn alerts at one time. Man, I might have messed up the damn signal in the feed. Okay, but yeah, that black has some disdain in it. That black sound like how Karens be saying black. That was a real Karen-ish black right there. Yeah, you typically don't hear blacks like that unless you talking to a Karen. That's what that sounded like. So, fam, who the hell are these people? Where they get these people from? These people, I'm telling you, they just pulling them off the street. They pulling these people off the street. I don't know who these people are. Never seen these folks. But I do know that these people are not us. That we can all confirm, my brothers and sisters. That ain't us. No. And when I say they're not us, I mean in a lot of ways. They're not us in any shape, form, or fashion. I mean, they don't walk like us, talk like us. A lot of them of the lineage, the political parties, atmosphere, perspective. These people just ain't Black Americans. Ain't Black Americans at all. And another thing that you're starting to see too, fam, with a lot of these individuals. I'm glad y'all see. I knew it. I said, y'all gonna get the answer. I said, I already know. I've been trying to tell people. I was like, I just talked to the certified. Certified's gonna find all that out. Boy, we be pulling them cards, don't we? Y'all be pulling them out before it even starts. I be looking at the chat room before the show starts, and y'all already be roasting people. And I be loving it because these people be needing to get roasted, y'all. They need it. They need to get roasted. Let me show you somebody who also needs to get roasted for a lot of reasons. Okay. First off, the hairline. I'm just being honest with this man's hairline is really, it's upsetting me. It's hurting my feelings, fam. The hairlines is one thing about them damn hairlines, y'all. If it hurts your feelings, they ain't from here. Okay. But I seen this one guy coming out, and you're going to also start to see them perpetually post these things about Black Americans, and they're going to still slide in the tethers. Don't forget about the tethers, because as they're trying to do the little domestic thing they got going on, where the hell was that video? You're going to start to see the tethercrats. Okay. And they're going to bring them in and think that they're good. But watch this guy right here. It's another person who uses foundational Black American. Okay. And I understand foundational Black American is a lineage. So yes, these people can use the lineage, but what you have to watch out for is when they use the lineage, and what they're really trying to do is use the lineage as some type of cop-out for what they're trying to gain. Okay. So watch this right here. They're going to start to hear the lineage and all these other things more and more often, but no, they're not really coming from where we're coming from when we say it. Look at this. Okay, got it. Boom. Here we go. Watch this, fam. Watch this guy bring up. He says, well, foundational Black Americans. And then he goes on a whole tirade about us getting deported and losing our voter rights. Watch.
I look at it like this. Let's just be blowing everybody. They're taking away the voting rights of African Americans, foundational Black Americans here in America. That's kind of what this administration is doing. They're just trying to get rid of all the gains that Black people have made since civil rights. And the rest of America, go ahead and sit down and watch it happen to us. You've been watching, but now you see what's really going on, because they're just taking your rights along with it. Because as long as you make it okay for it to happen to us, they're going to do it to you. And let me just give you an example. 2 American civilians were shot and murdered in the broad daylight on camera, unarmed, in Minnesota. Who's been brought up for charges? Where's the investigation? Now, you've been okay with them doing it to us because it didn't affect you.
Notice, fam, he started off with African American and he immediately pivoted into ICE. What's up, Black? Black Alpha, what's up, Black man? I don't know if you a man or a woman, but what up to you? Shout out, family. I don't want to say the wrong thing, okay? Yes, You notice that, fam? Notice that he starts off talking African American and he uses foundational Black American, and then he starts talking about ICE. Yeah, I'm watching this dude.
Let's just be blunt with everybody. They're taking away the voting rights of African Americans, foundational Black Americans here in America. That's kind of what this administration is doing. They're just trying to get rid of all the gains that Black people have made since civil rights. And the rest of America, go ahead and sit down and watch it happen to us. You've been watching, but now you see what's really going on because they're just taking your rights along with it. Because as long as you make it okay for it to happen to us, they're going to do it to you. And let me just give you an example. 2 Americans.
Stop. Shout out, Black man. I see you, family. Shout out to you. Much respect, Black man, from one brother to another. Much love, baby.
Civilians were shot and murdered in the broad daylight on camera, unarmed in Minnesota. Who's been brought up for charges? Where's the investigation? Now, you've been okay with them doing it to us because it didn't affect you. But you see, now they got away with just the 2 that you know of. And now it's okay. So, yeah, welcome to our world. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. Well, I look at it like this. Let's just be blunt.
Nah, I'm questioning how that came out. How y'all feeling about that? Let me ask y'all how y'all, that was, yeah, exactly. It happened yeah, exactly. Did he have forfeit? Did he? Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, you notice that he said foundational. First off, he said African American. Then he said foundational Black Americans, and then he started to try to like infuse all the ICE stuff on us. And he talking about it's been happening. It ain't been happening. We ain't go to the protests, so I don't know what anybody's talking about when they try to do that. They think they slick, don't they? They think they slick. They think they clever. They think they fast, but they really not though. They really not. I seen that play, and I was watching that, fam. I was like, nah, dude's fronting. And you start to see a bunch of people. Did he have 4 fingers? I wasn't even paying attention, man, because he was just babbling. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, I ain't really trust none of that, man. I was like, nah, bro, you talking a little too much and you adding too many people to the play. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful when they start trying to add different people to the play. Here's another thing, fam. So let's get it right. The one person was talking about foundational Black. This guy's talking about FBA and Africans and how ICE is coming to get us. And then this guy right here, he was running around and he was talking about we built America.
Built this state. They built the wealth of this state and this country. And we're not just going to take it soundly. The people are here. The people are standing up. We have the blueprint. We push rights. And we're going to make this happen. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it all the way down. Shut it all.
Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut up. How about that one?
This state and this country. And we're not just going to take it soundly. The people are here. The people are standing up. We have the blueprint. We push rights. And we're going to make this happen. Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it all the way down. Shut it all the way down. Shut it all the way down.
No. No. Yeah, who is we? You ain't never lied. Shut it down. Shut it down. What the hell is going on in America? Goodness gracious, fam. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? Oh, that was in Baton Rouge? Okay. All right. No doubt. Yeah, somebody said it was a boule reunion, boule panic. You ain't never lie. You know what I'm saying? And fam, this is what we be talking about, where we're separate away from the Democratic Party because they've been doing a lot of things. Let's go back. Do you guys remember when Donald Trump showed up at that Black media convention? You guys remember that? And do you remember how they low-key ambushed him? And a lot of Black folks were saying that ain't what it's about to be. It's about to be strategy. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all, how many of y'all seen what they're doing with Killer Mike? Y'all been seeing the Killer Mike stuff? Have y'all been seeing that? Now, let me make this clear about Killer Mike. Killer Mike been on that tap dance. Atlanta got a lot of the boule out there. Killer Mike be doing it. A lot of the folks in Atlanta, they be thinking that they grassroots, but they really like boule. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta got a grassroots class, but they got a heavy boule class. But the boule class pretends that there's some type of grassroots mechanism, and they're really not. So Killer Mike been on some tap dancing. But y'all see what they doing with Killer Mike? They acting like Killer Mike done sold secrets to the Ukraine or something. And what Killer Mike is finding out is that the same thing Nelly, think about it, fam. Nelly, Snoop Dogg, they were the Chili from TLC. They was acting like Chili from TLC done unalive somebody in public. Fam, do you see how much they exaggerate? I don't rock with Killer Mike like that. Yeah, he be yeah. But damn it, Killer Mike went and he met with one of the politicians. What was it? Kemp. I think it was Kemp down here in Georgia. And he went to go meet with him. And they got mad at Killer Mike for doing that. They went and got upset with him, and now they dragging him. I mean, they on the internet calling him an F and F you and F that. What's up with this thing where if somebody doesn't vote Democrat blindly, they literally attack you? Wait a minute. So Donald Trump paid Snoop Dogg and Nelly and all these people to go and do songs for them, and they got mad and started calling them out their names. What's up with this canceling people who vote Republican or don't vote Democrat? Think about that, family. What kind of political strategy is that? That is not a strategy at all. And Killer Mike is getting his Democratic Shield wake-up call. That's what he's getting, his Democratic Shield wake-up call. Killer Mike is seeing that all that tap dancing for the Democrats, it ain't all good. He's getting his Democratic Shield wake-up call, shield on shield crime. Because Killer Mike was running around here, and Killer Mike was tap dancing. He was tap dancing for the Democrats. Yep. And in one moment he went to go meet up with a Republican, they acted like that was just the worst thing in the world. Ain't that what political strategy is supposed to be? Political strategy is about being a free agent. See, being a free agent in the spectrum of America in terms of how they view black folks, that's how they are out here acting. You know what I'm saying? So he's getting his Democratic Shield wake-up call. And good. I think all the Democratic Shields should get their wake-up call. And if you notice, a lot of them are turning on each other. That's really what's happening, fam, because they can't really go nowhere other than going back and forth at each other. They end up going back and forth. They're confused, they're feuding and fighting. And I want everybody to notice, we don't rock with the Republicans. We don't rock with the Democrats. The grassroots has always been independent. The foundational Black American grassroots has always been independent, always been independent. So when you start seeing shield on shield crime, that lets you know something. But y'all remember when Donald Trump went to that black, whatever meeting, whatever the hell it was, media thing. And do y'all remember the lady just came out and she just ambushed him? Yeah, free to choose. And this is why politically things don't go far, because one political party has it. Every other community has a way where they can sway back and forth. They can sway back and forth. With black folks, they'll cancel somebody if you even look at a Republican. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they get down. They'll cancel you if you vote for Green Party. You ain't supposed to do that either. No, you just ain't supposed to do nothing. Y'all remember this when Donald Trump went there and they got mad at Donald Trump and they were like, how could you say this about black people? Watch this, family.
I want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, sir. A lot of people did not think it was appropriate for you to be here today. You have pushed false claims about some of your rivals, from Nikki Haley to former President Barack Obama, saying that they were not born in the United States, which is not true. You have told 4 congresswomen of color who were American citizens to go back to where they came from. You have used words like animal and rabid to describe black district attorneys. You've attacked black journalists, calling them a loser, saying the questions that they ask are, quote, stupid and racist. You've had dinner with a white supremacist at your Mar-a-Lago resort. So my question, sir, now that you are asking black supporters to vote for you, why should black voters trust you after you have used language like that?
That's a great way of getting some type of negotiation. That's a wonderful thing. The guy who was about to be elected president, you sat there with an ambush for 1 minute straight. You didn't come there to negotiate, did you? Fam, you ain't never gonna win with these people. They play politics backwards. They hustling backwards so damn bad, y'all. So damn bad. Nowhere in the planet Earth are you gonna see somebody who's supposed to be there creating business deals start off basically by saying, F you, we over here on this side. F you, why are you even here? That's a great negotiation plan right there, y'all. Invite the man to come talk to black journalists, and soon as he gets there, you start hitting them with the Democratic Shield stuff. She basically said, why are you a supremacist, evil person? And yeah, that's going to get an initiative signed. Oh yeah, that's going to get a policy written. Yeah, but here's the kicker. Whatever policy Donald Trump writes, that's going to be at least on par to what the Democrats write, because they don't write nothing for us. Fam, these people ain't there for no type of negotiation. Only with black Americans is this type of horrible political achievements accepted.
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been asked a question so in such a horrible manner. First question. You don't even say, hello, how are you? Are you with ABC? Because I think they're a fake news network, a terrible network. And I think it's disgraceful that I came here in good spirit. I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country, including employment, including opportunity zones with Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, which is one of the greatest programs ever for black workers and black entrepreneurs, done so much. And, and I say this, historically, black colleges and universities were out of money. They were stone cold broke. And I saved them and I gave them long-term financing, and nobody else was doing it. I think it's a very rude introduction. I don't know exactly why you would do something like that. And let me go a step further. I was invited here and I was told my opponent, whether it was Biden or Kamala, I was told my opponent was going to be here. It turned out my opponent isn't here. You invited me under false pretense. And then you said, you can't do it with Zoom. Well, where's Zoom? She's going to do it with Zoom and she's not coming. And then you were half an hour late, just so we understand. I have too much respect for you to be late. They couldn't get their equipment working or something.
I would love
I think
if
it's
you can
a
answer
very
the
nasty
question on your rhetoric
question.
and why you
I have
believe that
answered the
black voters
question.
should trust you with another
I
4
have
years.
been the best president for the black population since Abraham Lincoln. That's my answer.
Better than President
That's
Johnson,
my
who signed the
answer.
Voting Rights
And
Act.
for you to start off a question and answer period, especially when you're 35 minutes late because you couldn't get your equipment to work in such a hostile manner, I think it's a disgrace.
Let me just ask a follow-up, sir, and then we'll move on to other questions here. You believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman?
Well, I can say no. I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always
But you know
identified
what?
as a black woman.
I
She went to a
respect either
historically black
one.
college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do
And
you
I
believe
think,
that
I think
she is
somebody should look into that too.
I want to start by
Fam, that's politics in America for you right there, family. There goes politics in America for you right there. I'll be damned. What world are we living in, man? That's crazy. Yeah, okay, first off, he used Abraham Lincoln, who was racist, and she used LBJ, who was known racist, okay? So the game of who's racist and not don't go nowhere. But what I'm focusing in on is the fact that when somebody comes to an event, you're supposed to operate in good faith, especially if this person is about to be the most powerful person in America, and we have been the most oppressed people in America. Even in war, people sit down and they have conversations. Fam, you could have war right now, and delegates will go meet, and they all wear suits, and they all sit down and they have drinks. Same with the mafia, with the mob, with gang members. They all sit down, and there's a war respect that goes on. Democrats don't care about any of that, okay? If that were a Latino would have Donald Trump come on, and they would talk to him directly. If that was an Arabic person, an Asian person, talk to him directly. When it comes to black folks, it's this thing of you're going to be Democrat or nothing else. But here's the newsflash, fam. Whether that was Donald Trump or anybody that was opposing a Democrat, they would have got the same energy. Remember, you can get rid of Donald Trump and you can insert anybody who's not a Democrat, you're going to get the same type of energy. That's the energy I got when I challenged Kamala. So basically what it is anyone who is anti-Democratic Party or just in opposition to the Democratic Party, they're supposed to come at you and send their attack dogs. The reason why we're in the political field that we're in as Black Americans is because of stuff like that, okay? They operate with no type of modernized negotiation skills at all. And this is why I say it's good that we start G-checking these people and we come up and we make sure that people know that don't represent us. Because let me tell you something. I don't give a F if Donald Trump is racist. I don't give a F if Joe Biden was a racist. I don't give a F who is a racist. Because when I'm coming as a grown-ass black man, and we're going to sit down and we're going to talk some business, and we're going to leave with the bag. Because this negotiation, family, this is politics. You don't think these people deal with individuals they don't like every single day? You don't think so? You don't think these individuals deal with folks every single day? Newsflash to the planet Earth. In the political world, these people don't get along, but they do business. I mean, the Democrats and Republicans do business all the time when it comes to war. They'll be on the same page real quick. When there's a certain country in the Middle East, they love getting along for that. When it's coming down on Black Americans, they get along all together now. So who gives a damn? But that's that immaturity that you get from the Democratic plantation. And that's to stifle Black Americans. That is basically to keep us where we are. Therefore, we don't go up. Their job is to keep Black folks on the plantation. That is it, bottom line. So, yeah, we don't give a damn. And Black Americans, I'm looking at the chat right now. We don't give a damn about that. Oh, that he's racist. I ain't going to talk to him. Guess who else is racist? Your boss. Your neighbor. You do live in a supremacist country. Let me go ahead and give you a news flash. 99.9% of people that you deal with, whether at work, whether at the store, whether in school, are going to be anti-Black. So if you think that you're not going to have to deal with people who are anti-Black, you got another thing coming. See, that's the difference between us and them. We understand who is anti-Black, but we understand how to play them. See, that's the difference. If you don't have the knowledge on how to hustle a supremacist, how to hustle a prejudice, how to hustle an anti-Black person, you might as well sit down. This thing where you racist, I don't want nothing, fam. Let me tell you something. My boy said this all the time. Saying Donald Trump's not my president is like saying that's not my pilot and you're on a plane, okay? That don't make no damn sense. You better worry about getting what you can get, how you can get it, and then move on. That's the difference, fam. And you got a political party that doesn't do anything like that. So therefore, that political party is crashing out. Why are they crashing out right now, family? It's because we, as the grassroots, got rid of all that energy. And by the way, I don't know if y'all remember, Roland Martin was in the crowd heckling Donald Trump. So you have a woman with an ambush question to the guy who's about to be the president. You got Roland Martin in the crowd heckling him. By the way, remember they got mad at me. They got mad at me for standing up and checking Kamala. It was so wrong that I stood up and said something to Kamala, but it was okay for Roland Martin to yell at Donald Trump. And then you see why tangibles and policies don't even get talked about when it comes to us. And then he's got a whole gang of Republicans who are Republican shills, and they don't ask for nothing. So you got the Republican shills, the Democratic shills, and both of them are bums without biscuits. And this is why the grassroots are starting to formulate, and we're starting to prosper, and we're starting to go where we're going now, is because we're making a base now. I'm telling y'all, we're going to look at all these pull-ups, and we're going to see how essential the pull-ups were, because the pull-ups have created this atmosphere that we are an independent bloc. See, we can be an independent bloc when we talk to each other, but what really gets you known as an independent bloc is when you pull up on them. When you pull up on them and you let the world know we ain't Democrats, no longer can the Democrats claim you. When you pull up on the Republicans and say we ain't Republicans, no longer can the Republicans claim you. We have stifled their ability to play tug of war and to claim us. See, what they want to do is have the Democrats claim Black Americans, speak for Black Americans. They want the Republicans to claim Black Americans and speak for Black Americans. We're not letting nobody claim us because we don't belong to nobody. We appear courtesy of our goddamn self. So do you see the difference of what we're talking about? This is why we're moving in real good. Yep. Yeah. I went super viral, super viral, fam. They still making videos about me. And I'm glad they just blowing me up, baby. I'm going to go quadruple platinum. And speaking of people who go quadruple platinum, there's this guy who needs a platinum membership in the Hair Club for Men. Okay. So speaking of, boy, let me say, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all see what I did? That was a damn good segue. I freestyled that. I just made that up, family. We going to go quadruple platinum, and he needs a platinum membership in the Hair Club for Men. Y'all look at this right here. This man said he mad at FBA. All y'all Black Americans, he mad at you. He said, y'all talk about them tethers too much. He said, FBA need to knock it off. Sound like somebody done chopped off what's left of his hair. Y'all watched it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know who this is. You know what we do. Let's go ahead and get it done. So I've noticed an increasing amount of Black content creators claiming to be about the African diaspora, going against the diaspora, looking for content that shows dissent and discord in Africa, and then coming back to their channel saying, look, how are they going to be in unity with us when they can't be in unity with themselves? Think about this. How often do you ever see your family members have an argument? Depending on who your family is. But once that argument is over and done with, they make peace and everything is good again, right? Why is it that we never see FBA or anyone else speak about our diaspora that way? All they do is look for dissent and then come back and claim that dissent is all that exists and that there's no unity and that we can never unify. We need to stop falling for this shit, people. All right. Excuse my language, but we need to stop. When I see programs like On the Shoulders of Giants or the African Black diaspora actively sit here and push FBA content while trying to hide behind the flag of unity, I know there's a lie being told.
It was the same thing as Dr. John Henry Clark has stated. When I looked in the Bible, I couldn't see anyone that looked like me. Now, I'm not sure which Bible he was referring to, but still, the fact of the matter could be children's Bibles. And you remember, in children's Bibles, there were pictures. But as a child, I had a children's Bible, and I never saw anyone that looked like me inside of it. So I can only assess that's what he is referring to. Even that being said, I look in the books of history, and I don't see anything mentioning FBA. I don't see anything about FBA being on the blocks being sold. I don't see anything about FBA being in the fields, working plantations. I don't see anything about FBA running away to freedom and then coming back to help others reach freedom. I don't see anything like that. And if you don't see that either, then that should tell you that something is wrong. FBA has no history. FBA has no legacy. FBA has no icons. All they have is this self-tethered ideology that they try to push on others to get us to believe that the history that African Americans with distinctions have established in the United States is theirs. FBA is nothing but a bunch of juvenile upstarts who seem to not realize that you can't walk into the scene and expect to sit at the head of the table with no sacrifices made. Holla if you pick it up what I'm putting down. If you like it, let me know. Hey, what's going on?
Man, you need to pick up some damn clippers and finish the job. Somebody said Bubba Gump. You ain't lying. He like, we got shrimp soup, shrimp salad, shrimp pizza. Forrest, I want to go home. Your ass better go home, homeboy. Because I'm thinking you a damn African looking at that damn head of yours. He looking real African. Somebody said he will reject Warren Sapp. We got shrimp soup, shrimp salad. You need to get some shrimp hair cutters and trim that damn hair up, homeboy. The FBA doesn't have this. Damn, you said his head looked like a foot. Damn. FBA has every single thing that Black Americans have because FBA is Black Americans. Sir, you have 24 likes, okay? You got 24 likes, and probably about 5 of those are your boyfriends. Stop playing, homie. Just stop, okay? 24 likes, it just don't, it ain't enough. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't got enough hair. You know what I'm saying? And your woman said you ain't got enough meat. You know what I'm saying? Or your homeboy said you ain't got enough meat. So I'm just keeping it real, dog. You know what I'm saying? Keep on hating, y'all. Keep hating. Keep on hating, y'all. Let them keep on hating Black Americans, man. We out here. Foundationals is winning, fam. I told everybody, listen, Black American legend, okay? This is who we are, fam. All of us are legends. Black American legends, fam. We the same thing. Shout out to my brother Church. If Church is in here, shout out to you. Church had a phenomenal broadcast last night where Church was going in on this Democratic shield, and the guy kept trying to do the FBA as a group thing, and Church was shutting it down. Church was like, no. It's an identifier for a lineage, okay? So keep on trying, keep on wishing, keep on hoping. He was breathing heavy. You know what I'm saying? Dude, you need to do some Pilates or something, man. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, don't do Pilates because you probably won't come back from it. You probably go into a coma, okay? He was like, FBA, y'all just, dude, you're breathing too heavy for me, homeboy. You got light hair and heavy breathing. And 24 likes on me. Okay, so just stop playing. But our brother Church was letting it be known. Church was like, oh, no, that's an identifier. He kept checking dude. Every time dude tried to come back, and dude kept trying to say it's a group and all this stuff. It's a lineage, fam. So anything that they say about foundational Black Americans, they're talking about Black America. You cannot separate the two of them. Because it's lineage, and the grassroots is who we are, and we're a section inside of the lineage. Case closed, everybody go home. But it's a good thing. Let me tell you why it's good, y'all. I'm going to tell you why it's good. Yeah, the Green Mile. Yeah, that dude was walking the Green Mile. He might have been walking the Rainbow Mile. He might have been, fam, I ain't never wanted to hit all 5 alerts up in here, okay? So he need to sit down before I hit the Starburst alert. It's a whole different one. If I hit the Starburst alert, he'll probably start trying to do a call-in. That's like his bat signal. You put up a damn Starburst in the sky, his ass to jump out a closed window. Stay down, partner. When foundational Black Americans create the distinction. Remember, fam, notice what I'm saying here. Everything that I'm pointing out is the distinction. Every time they talk about FBA, they blow us up. Every time they talk about foundational Black Americans, we get bigger. The legend grows. See, the way foundational Black Americans are speaking is a functioning fashion because we are making it be known that we're different and we're independent. Our lineage ain't the same as Africans. Our lineage ain't the same as Jamaicans, as Haitians, as Mayos, as anybody. So they think by talking down on FBA, it's a bad thing. No, because talking down on us, you yourself is creating a distinction that we welcome anyway. We welcome people talking about us, fam. You got to love it in life. You got to love it in life. I love when people talk about me. I love it because you talking about me. They don't talk about a broke brother, and they don't talk about ugly people neither, okay? So when you paid and you handsome, then you doing good. So keep on talking about Black Alpha. When you're exceptional and you're marvelous, like our lineage, keep on talking about it. You blowing us up. Every time they talk about FBA, they themselves are creating a separation between us and Africans. That's exactly what we're doing with delineation. Okay, I should send you a bottle of champagne and some Jollof. Okay, how about this? I'll send that guy a bottle of champagne and some Ozempic. He'll be very, very happy with that. He might eat the bottle, but hey, that's him. We don't eat glass over here. But I'll tell you what we do. We stand on business and principle, and we're only getting bigger. Keep talking about FBA, fam. It only makes us bigger. It only makes us stronger. Okay, it's the same exact thing. When I stood up and I told Kamala Harris on behalf of foundational Black Americans, that was the main thing I said. I said, no matter what, make sure you say on behalf of foundational Black Americans, because it's creating a distinction. Our problem, brothers and sisters, is when we are intertwined with other people. Think about every word that's a weaponized word against us. What's the common denominator in all of them? They're words that are inclusive, that tie us into others. Remember, y'all, we succeed when we are independent. We succeed when we're by ourselves. We're the only lineage on the planet Earth that has accomplished by themselves. And I mean it, fam. Think about the W's in America. They need us. Think about all of the illegals in America. They need us. Latinos in America. They need us. Africans. They need us. Think about people all around the globe. They need the colonizer. Fam, anywhere you go in the world, you're going to see the colonizer going to these people's countries. They're together. They need somebody. When you come to America, everybody comes over here. They want to be next to us. They need us. We're the only people who have a resume and a track record of being independent by ourselves. That's it, fam. That's what really pisses everybody off. The fact that we are the only people who operate better by ourselves. And let me tell you the two components and why that's the case. We operate better by ourselves because, fam, we were here hundreds of thousands of years by ourselves. And then during slavery, we were by ourselves. And then the foundational Black American brothers and sisters who were not enslaved, they went to their own areas and they were what? By themselves. We have a long tradition of being by ourselves, so it's in our DNA. That's why a lot of Black Americans, we say we don't mess with people. What's one of our saying? Fam, we always talk about phrases, right? What's the phrase that we always use? I'm going to play them at a distance. I'm going to play you from afar. We like being by ourselves. We are family. I got all my brothers and sisters with me. We're good by ourselves, fam. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of years being on your own? Fam, if you hundreds of thousands of years by your own, that means you've mastered the art of being solo. Solo dolo. That, fam, I could just sit here and hit you with all these phrases that prove the point that Black Americans are better by ourselves, so therefore we never needed anyone. We don't need nobody. Everybody else needs somebody. So therefore, we over here doing our damn thing, and we living very, very so righteously, because that's the way that we're moving, fam. Yes, absolutely. Small circle. Absolutely. And don't we always say that, man? I keep a circle so small, look like a dot. Don't nobody else talk like that, because they always looking for somebody. They looking for love in all the wrong places. Okay. Foundational Black Americans, we don't do none of that. We stay right here, fam. You know what I'm saying? We right here. This is ours and we don't share. Shout out to the dog. You know what I'm saying? So that energy is the main reason why we're moving the way we are, and we don't need anyone. So the fact that they're trying to collectively tie us in, Black and brown, people of color, Democratic Party, Republican Party, these are terms where they want to infuse us and mix us in with everybody else. We do not operate that way. We operate solo. So when we do pull-ups solo, that creates the separation. Yes, it does. When we go out there and we check people in real time, that creates the separation. Every time someone complains or they gripe or they get mad or they get angry about Black Americans, that is only separating us from them. So they're doing us a favor, and we out here doing ourselves a solid. So therefore, we keep on winning, y'all. Foundational Black Americans, we are the talk of the world right now, the talk of the world. And the reason why we're the talk of the world is because there's nothing they can do that can penetrate where we are. And by the way, did that guy say something? Yeah, I'm doing me, living like I'm supposed to. Absolutely. Real talk. Did that guy say something about we got to search for things in Africa? Did he say that, fam? I'm pretty sure he said, y'all got to go look for things in Africa. Newsflash, homeboy. We ain't got to look for nothing. If you ain't heard, Africa pretty much broadcasts all their struggles to the world. And one of the struggles that Africans always broadcast to the world, and y'all thought Black Alpha was playing. Y'all remember when I told y'all, I said Africans, they want to come over here and they want to get a 350-pound Becky from Connecticut. Didn't I tell y'all that, fam? I found the picture. I don't know how to break this to y'all, man. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing. I found a guy, he's from Nigeria, and he said all he wants for Christmas is a 350-pound Becky. That's what he said, y'all. That's what he said. Let me show you guys this, family. Y'all say hello to Air Mutombo. He said, I flew all the way over here from Zimbabwe, nigga, and I would not leave unless Becky is in my arms. And when Becky is in my arms, then I will be a happy Jollof. He's a happy Jollof, family. That's Super Jollof, fam. He out here and he was looking for, in that case, that's probably about a 550-pound Becky. He said he got to get him a 550-pound Becky, and he gonna fly Becky all the way across the globe until he gets back to his damn village. That's Super Jollof. Look up in the sky. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Super Mutombo, and he got super weight Becky. And family, for every one of those, there's one of these. Because what's better than a hefty Becky is when you get a dinosaur Karen. Watch. He love you. You can hear him, man. He's like, I love you so much. Take your dentures out. When you take these dentures out, when you get home, I will work you. I will work you without these dentures. Why is she rubbing him, y'all? Look, hey, look at the lady in the back. She like, what the F? Let me get the hell up out of here. She like, let me get the hell up out of here. Why is she rubbing him, y'all? She's like patting this dude down. This is creepy. Nasty work. And why she kept making that sound, y'all? She kept like growling or something. Ugh. What is that sound? Man, what the hell is that sound? She's like, what the hell is going on? What the hell? Stop. That's enough. I can't do it. I cannot do it, fam. They not like us a billion times over. No. And family, listen. I know they talking about Africa, and they saying all that stuff about Africa, and they mad at Black Americans for being honest about it. That right there is why y'all be getting colonized. Y'all be getting colonized because of behavior like that. Inappropriate behavior to the maximum. That's what that is. That is inappropriate behavior, and that right there is inappropriate behavior. Y'all just got a hell of a lot of inappropriate behavior going on. Knock off the inappropriate behavior, please. Somebody, please tell these individuals to knock it off. She was growling. She was over there talking. Fam, it's just getting weirder and weirder all the day. However, if y'all thought that was weird, there's something else that is even more weird than that, brothers and sisters. Fam, I know y'all probably like, Black Alpha, stop. It's Friday. I got a weekend. You know what I'm saying? I know it, fam. Somebody said, I hope I'm never that broke. Absolutely. Fam. What was that, my brother Church? My brother Church said, what did I just watch? Church, if that right there had you thinking and guessing what you just watched, there's somebody else who left a message for Black Americans. He left this message around Christmas, and he said he'd be back. And I just want to show y'all. We do all the regulating, all the G-checking. We stand on business, on principle. We the greatest. We look good. We feel good. We play good, get paid good, get paid good. We live good. We live good. We eat good. We eat good. We die good. But family, the rest of the world, they're not as cool as we are. This world is really fucking weird, and there's a lot of strange-ass people. So basically, y'all, there's all the weird-ass folks, and then there's us. Fam, if that was weird enough, Brother Church, this brother right here, he said, shout out to the whole foundational Black America from Squid Man.
Ooh, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I wishing you happiness all year around. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you. I wishing you happiness all year around. Today's your day. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Happy Merry Christmas. Jennifer from Michael. The rookie, someone loves you and you like someone. I ask you one thing. Do you remember me? I miss you. 2025. I love Christmas. I love peaches and I love you. Yeah. Yo.
What the hell's going on Earth? Somebody stop me. Why that dude look slimy? That man look extra slimy. That's Squid Man. I don't know what is going on in America, man. Now do you see why we say delineation and deportations across the nation and nightmares, stay over there's, okay? We don't want none of your affairs. Man, fam, that's the world. We good over here. I told y'all we was here hundreds of thousands of years by ourselves, and we gonna be here by ourselves for the rest of eternity. Because if that's what the world got to offer, then I don't want nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. Keep all of that over there. Stay over there. Because Black Americans don't want nothing to do with Squid Man. I don't want nothing to do with Flying Mutombo, 7 billion pound Becky. Man, we good enough just dealing with delineation and deportations. Okay, so no. What the hell? Fam, what was that? Black America, black folk. What the hell was that? Family, I don't know what that was. I don't know where they found that thing that was there. I don't know. What it said, we don't know yet. I don't know what that was. No. What time? Okay, shit, let's go. We got some no chop. The fam, let me go ahead and bring in some certified foundational Black American energy. You know what I'm saying? Because you need it in this weird ass world. Remember, y'all, the whole world are a bunch of damn weird MFers, a bunch of weirdos. Okay, and we the only ones sane. That's why when you look at your TV, they feuding and they fighting, and apparently that guy's slipping and sliming all over the place. But FBA, we the only ones bringing sanity to the world. Let me holler at my boys right here from Walthallville down here in the great state of Georgia. Fam, y'all see the energy we got, fam? Let me let my brothers in here cook, fam. Foundational Black Americans, are we happy, y'all? Are we happy, brothers and sisters? Are we living good? Are we unaffected by their threats? Are we unaffected by their fear mongering? Do we give a damn what they talk about? Are Black Americans out here rapping? Watch my two brothers right here in the great state of Georgia in the deep south. They are working at a damn meat market, and they in here rapping like they millionaires. You can't stop our shine, baby. We too divine. Go ahead, brothers. Tell them how it is.
Okay. Y'all know what's up. Okay. Y'all know what's up. Hey. Y'all know what? Hey, come on. My name is Chris. I work at the Walthallville Meat Market. 9 to 5, I get it in. It's not really Target. But you got what you want. Turkey wings for 99 per pound. 5 pounds for 20, 10 pounds for 35. I know how we ride. This just how we slide. Okay. In the city, just stop on by. You know, do what you want. Yeah. That's what you need. Got the $8.99 per pound for goat meat. Okay. Boy, shit, you know, we legit. What's up?
Talk your talk, black man.
What's up? Okay.
Talk your talk, black man. Yes, baby, we living the life. Look at my brothers in there. That boy said, I'm at the meat market. It ain't Target. But you happy. You see how we smiling? You see how we rapping? You see how we unaffected, baby? We don't give a damn what they talking about. We living life. Tell them one more time, brother.
Y'all know what's up? Hey, y'all know, man. Yeah. Hey, come on. My name is Chris. I work at the Walterville Meat Market. 9 to 5, I get it in. It's not really Target. Okay. But got what you want. Turkey wings for $99 per pound. 5 pounds for 20, 10 pounds for 35. Y'all know how we ride. This just how we slide. Okay. In the city, just stop on by, nigga. Do what you want, yeah. That's what you need. Got the $8.99 per pound for goat meat. Okay. Boy, shit, you know, we legit. Okay.
Wait, we'll make music out of anything, family. We'll make music out of anything. Tell it how we go, man. Tell it how we go, man. That's what happens when you happy. That's what happens. Yeah, family, living in our joy. Living in our joy, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, down south in the bottom of the market, rapping, y'all. We make music out of anything, fam. We hear it come from all angles, and we know the type of game that we on, and we loving the vibrations, family. You got to love it, y'all. We unaffected by their threats. You can send out the Democratic shields. They all getting fired. The maps are getting redrawn, redistrict. All of them about to be in the unemployment line. We still flowing, though. We still getting paid, though. We still out here happy, joyous, fam, living the lifestyle. Because guess what? I can walk down the street at a meat market, and brother's going to be in there happy, smiling, and freestyling. Okay? Happy, smiling, and freestyling. Bars, baby. And then I can walk down the street, and I'm going to see some brothers and sisters out there happy, smiling, and freestyling. We can go to the store. We can go to church. We can pull up. We can walk on by. We can have some sweet tea. We going to wave at each other. We are living happiness in the midst of all of these people living in misery. Happiness and misery is a beautiful thing, family, and we some beautiful people. And when I say we make music out of everything, and we make music out of all things, there's something that I want to bring up to you guys on an FBA Friday, because y'all know after we roast everybody, after we break it all the way down, after we do some G-checking, we have a little bit of fun. Fam, how many of you guys seen the Michael movie? I wanted to talk about it, y'all. Wanted to talk about it, y'all, right here with me, fam. Y'all said, yeah, he said he got the goddamn, he's like, $4.99 with the 5 pounds and got the rounds. He in there rapping, wasn't he? He know what he doing. But family, how many of y'all seen the Michael movie? You seen the Michael movie? Okay. Oh, wait. We got a birthday in the house. Hold on now. Wait. It's your birthday. It's your 44th birthday. Well, let's make some music for you. Happy birthday.
I want to say happy birthday to you. Blow out your candle, close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. Hey! Blow out your candle, close your eyes and make that wish, think about it. And blow out your candle, close your eyes and make that wish. Let's go! 1, 2, 3, 4.
Got to love it. Happy birthday to you. We got any more birthdays, fam? We got some more birthdays in here. Let's go. We're going to do that every month, fam. Every first of the month. I love that song so much, family, but I'm going to tell y'all something else, fam. Little shout out to the world, okay? Let me give a special, super duper shout out, okay? It just so happens to be on Monday is my daughter's birthday. Yes, on Monday is my daughter's birthday. So, to my child, certified salute, happy birthday from all of us to you. Regulate, stand up, and keep on smashing them. Happy birthday to my daughter. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. I want to say happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to you. Yeah. I want to say happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to you. Yeah. Now close your eyes. and blow out your candle. Close your eyes and make that wish, make that wish. Think about it, hey! And blow out your candle. Close your eyes and make that wish. Think about it and blow out your candle. Close your eyes and make that wish. Let's go. 1, hey, 2, hey. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're going to be playing this all night because I'm seeing more birthdays. Oh, let me say this as well, family. Happy Mother's Day to all of our beautiful, once in a forever time, foundational Black American mamas. Happy birthday to all my foundational Black American mothers. Let me say this, y'all. Nothing, nobody in existence, and I'm talking about on Earth, outside of Earth, the atmosphere, the stratosphere, the universe, can see a foundational Black American woman, okay? So shout out to all of our certified foundational Black American mamas. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to the soon-to-be mothers, the going-to-be a mother. Happy birthday to the mothers all across the board, family. Because if you look at foundational Black Americans, and I'm talking about the men and the women, we come from Black American women. You damn right we number one. You know we are. So happy birthday, family, to all of you. Mother's Day to all of you, and happy birthday to everybody else. Much love and respect to all of our foundational Black American mothers. The great Tupac said it best. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. Happy birthday to my mama. Happy Mother's Day. There's a lot of birthdays to my mama, and happy birthday to my mama because my mama's birthday just passed. Happy Mother's Day to my mama as well. Happy birthday to your mothers as well. Happy birthday to all of my brothers and sisters right now. Happy Mother's Day to all of my brothers, to all my sisters that's coming up. And happy our day every damn day. Boy, tongue-tied, tongue twisted and everything. So yes, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Happy Mother's Day to all. Shout out to the whole foundational Black American family tree. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta, just hold it down, man. We gotta continue to be ourselves and do our damn thing. So let me get this right because I'm over here tongue twisting. Happy birthday to all the birthdays. Happy Mother's Day to all of our sisters. Happy Father's Day to all of our brothers, and happy our day every day. There they go. Damn it. There it is right there, family. So much love and respect. I love all my foundational Black American women. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be that way. Every time I speak, it's always about our certified foundational Black American sisters because, you guys are definitely the pulse of our foundational Black American community. So, it's always, I'm Black Alpha. It's always love to the ladies. You know what I'm saying? So much love and respect all damn day long. You know how it go. Happy Mother's Day, Banker. I know you're watching. Happy Mother's Day to the best mother I know. Fam, let me tell everybody this right here. I wanted to talk about this. This is something I wanted to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole team. Boy, we're just having a reunion tonight, man. I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling good, feeling like a million, trillion, billion. Fam, you guys seen the Michael movie, right? You guys seen the Michael movie? Okay, we're talking about making a lot of stuff. A lot of people said the movie was phenomenal. There's something that I wanted to talk about the Michael movie because there's some stuff that when I left the theater, I was like, man, we got to really discuss this. I wanted to really break it down and chop it up, but it's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? The Michael movie, phenomenal movie, right? For those who've seen it, I don't want to give away the plot or anything like that, but we got to definitely hold it down. You seen it? Okay, you seen it? Y'all seen it? Tell me how y'all liked it. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was phenomenal, man. I thought it was phenomenal. You seen it as well? All right. Let me say these things about Michael Jackson real fast for the crowd because a lot of people get into the music and everything. I want to talk about the man real fast. Michael Jackson is the greatest of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. And a lot of the disrespect that Mike had to deal with and endure while he was here, you really leave that movie and it pisses you off. I was mad. I was like, man, hell no. Yeah. A lot of the stuff that they was on, man, with Mike, you know what I'm saying? I always want to say this, man, it's really us who hold Mike down. And without us, I don't know what Mike's legacy would be because these people are out there to ruin it, man. It's a wonderful film. Yeah, you said you cried. I've seen people crying, man. That movie will affect you. It will affect you. That movie is deep. There's somebody I want to show y'all, though, for those who've seen the movie. Y'all remember his security? Look at this, fam. That's his nephew and the actor. And then that's him with the security. Y'all see that, fam? Y'all see that right there? Let me tell you something. I think his name was it Bill Bray? Was that his name, y'all? Bill Bray? Man, he held Mike down. That's Mike's father for real. Despite whatever people feel about Joe Jackson or whatever, a lot of mixed reviews, man, he held Mike down so much, man. Man, much love and respect, y'all. There's no coincidence that right after he passed is when all that crazy stuff started happening to Mike, man. He held Mike down. And if you ever see the letters that Mike wrote about him and the things that he did for Mike, man, I send so much love and respect. Yeah, look at him, man. That's crazy. And their relationship shines in that film, yo. And he's the one who really stood up to Joe. And he was Mike's security. Imagine being Michael Jackson's security since he was a boy. All the places that Michael Jackson was at, fam, that's be honest with you, being Michael Jackson's security is more vigorous than being the damn president's security, fam. Michael Jackson, where this man was the biggest star ever, that dude held Mike down. Yeah, Bill Bray. Okay, Bill Bray, man, much respect. For those who haven't seen the movie, y'all, man, you got to watch that. Their relationship shine, man. And then when you watch like the documentaries and everything that comes out afterwards, you're going to be feeling all types of ways, man. You're going to be feeling all types of ways, man. Dude really held Mike down. Because, you know, if we want to go there, let's chop it up for a second. We want to go there about Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson is the product of being a warm-hearted, kind-hearted person, a warm-hearted spirit in this cold-ass world. That's what Michael Jackson, he was a victim of that. He is the product of being somebody with a warm heart and a kind soul in a cold-ass world. Michael Jackson was somebody who really helped people. He really did things. You talk about feeding people and helping folks out. He was a bigger activist, and this dude was an artist. Michael Jackson never really had a childhood. He did all these things. He became so big and so famous, fam. And people around him used him. The record labels used him. People were trying to attack him, throw dirt on his name, break him down. Michael Jackson is the definition of somebody who truly was warm-hearted and kind-hearted in the cold world that don't respect that. Okay. Michael Jackson was a good soul in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? And that's really one of the things that you take away from that film. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That I seen people crying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people was upset. I was just watching the video. People was crying and all that kind of stuff. That movie, it'll affect you. That movie's deep. That movie go real deep. And I like the fact that they did. Think about all the people that betrayed Michael Jackson. Okay, a lot of people in his family betrayed him. Obviously, his father and that whole situation. He wasn't really around his mother a lot because he became this big, massive star. All these people who were in business with him, they all betrayed him. People were setting him up. Michael Jackson was very intelligent. Mike didn't have a lot of people. I'm going to tell you, Eddie Griffin said it best. Eddie Griffin said, man, Mike didn't, pass away from an OD, Pat. He was brokenhearted. You know what I'm saying? In the way the news would change things. If you guys remember that stuff, this is why we have to always protect each other. See, a lot of times black folks wasn't on code back then. Michael Jackson wouldn't get you, fam, brothers and sisters. Can you imagine if Mike was here now with this FBA renaissance? Can you imagine? Mike wouldn't get treated. None of that stuff will go on. None of the stuff that went on back in the 90s with Mike in the early 2000s when black folks was running around here talking about something. What about black on black crime? When they were saying we do need a 1994 crime bill. When none of that stuff went on. Think about it. Mike caught that first case in 93? The 1994 crime bill. Can y'all imagine if we had Mike today and how we would be able to protect him? Remember, I'm always talking about how black Americans, we have to protect each other. We have to protect, that damn tether. That's when they started, Conrad Murray's when they started to utilize and weaponize tethers against us. Conrad Murray here's what happened, allegedly. Conrad Murray got talked to by some people who told him to do some things to Michael, and you'll spend a little time in jail. And then when you get out, we'll put some money in your little offshore bank account and you can go back to Tetherland. Okay, they was worrying about Neverland. They need to be worrying about the damn Tetherland. He was somebody who took Mike out. Okay, straight up, and it was all based on what Mike was doing. And Mike didn't have the people around. Think about this, fam. Bill Bray passed away in 2005. Mike ended up passing away in 2009. Think about that, fam. Think about that. Bill Bray was the only person who really had Mike's back from jump, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Bill Bray was a police officer, and then he got into security. And he had Mike's back forever. You know what I'm saying? There wouldn't have been, I'm going to tell you right now, it wouldn't have been no damn Conrad Murray. They really waited until Bray got too old and he passed away and he couldn't do nothing. They said let me say this as well, fam. People don't talk about this. They said when Bill Bray passed away, they said Michael Jackson was hysterical. They don't talk about this. You know what I'm saying? And fam, y'all hear me go off about how people betrayed Tupac Shakur. Tupac should still be here today. But Tupac didn't have a community because in the 90s, a lot of folks was off code. Okay, because that's the boule. Family, I'm always telling you the dangers of the boule and why I take so much pride in us regulating. And when I say we're going to do a regulator tour, and when I say we're going to regulate all of them and not give a F, I mean that stuff. Because the boule is dangerous. I don't take the boule as a game. Fam, they're not gaming around with you. The boule is responsible for the neglect and the harm that's happened to a lot of people that we love personally. The boule is responsible why we had that powder in our community and nobody said nothing. The boule is responsible for them weapons in our community and ain't nobody said nothing. The boule is responsible why they let people pile in on Mike. You know what I'm saying? The boule could have shut all that down. We would shut it down now. How come they didn't then? You know what I'm saying? The boule is very dangerous, fam. A lot of bad things happen to Black Americans under the jurisdiction of the boule's reign over our community. That's why I celebrate regulating and ending a damn reign over our community. And now the grassroots is here and we're going to protect each other. The boule is very dangerous, fam. All them damn tethers and stuff. The same way they want tethers today is the same way they allowed tethers in, and the damn tether took out Mike. And they knew all that stuff was going on with Mike, and they knew people was out to get him. They just didn't give a damn because they were too busy telling you what? Vote blue no matter who. Jesse Jackson calling us African American. They ain't do nothing for Mike, man. So shout out to Bill Bray, man. Yeah, they've always been the buffers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. Conrad Murray, Caribbean tether. This is when they realized that they could use tethers against us. That's when it was. They were like, hold on now. We can take these people who aren't Black Americans and we can use them against Black Americans. Oh, damn, this is wonderful. They hate Black Americans as much as we do. Sign up. We colonize their land anyway. Let's have them work on Michael Jackson. So that's what ended up happening, fam. And what happened with Michael Jackson is, you guys all know what I'm talking about. The first case, when Michael Jackson ended up getting control over his masters and everything, and I would play the clip, but they'd be tripping when you play the clip. You guys know the clip, but Michael Jackson was like, all the Black artists got messed up. Fam, let's talk about Black artists for a second. Let's talk about all the Black artists out there, fam. And I was just watching the famous interview with Eddie Griffin, Kansas City, shout out. And he was saying how Black people don't make it out clean. Okay, we'll go down the list. Bill Cosby. What, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 people come out on Bill Cosby? Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Tupac Shakur, Well, fam, we go down the list. Y'all name some more for me, fam. They name the Black person who's had success, and they get him. Whitney, I'm telling you, it didn't go down the way they said it went down with Whitney Houston. It didn't go down that way, and y'all know I'm saying it the way it is, fam. It didn't go down the way they said it went down with Whitney Houston, fam, at all. But yet you got people running around here that are, Ozzy Osbourne. OJ, yep, absolutely. Take Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne just passed away, and he was on tour, and he couldn't even get out of his seat. He was 3 billion years old and lived a great life. Nothing to him. What about Mick Jagger, 99 years old, still going on tour? They don't come after these people, fam. They only play those games when you start talking about foundational Black Americans, okay? You don't make it out clean as a Black person, and they went after Mike. And I'm telling you right now, we would see that right now and we would shut it down immediately. Kobe Bryant, absolutely. Same with Kobe. Jonathan Majors, You can go all the way back to Sam Cooke. Where we want to go with this, family? Otis Redding, where you want to go? Don Cornelius, fam, did y'all see the stuff with Don Cornelius? A lot of people just seen Don Cornelius pass away. Fam, they was on Don Cornelius crazy. But Ozzy Osbourne, these people were known addicts, y'all. Nothing happened to them. You mean to tell me Michael Jackson, Prince, and Whitney Houston all OD'd? All of them OD'd, family. Really? Prince literally, fam, was a Jehovah's Witness who did nothing. And now they're coming out saying, well, his medicine got switched and he didn't know. Sound like somebody did it. And do you guys know the same week that Prince ended up getting unalived is the same week that Sony got their rights back to Michael Jackson's catalog? And then now they got Prince's catalog. That's why you hear Prince's stuff everywhere, fam. It's the same exact thing. Yep. Yeah. We did a special shout out to D'Angelo. Absolutely. We did a special shout out to Angie Stone. Fam, more stuff coming. See, y'all see how we was on it with Angie? We would have been the same way with Mike, man, but it wasn't the game, right? You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. That's what they did with Brother Mike, fam. Soon as Mike started playing these people, Michael Jackson owned half of Sony. Did he own half of Sony or all of Sony's music? He owned Bon Jovi, Eminem, all that. Remember when Eminem was running around here and he was disrespecting Michael Jackson? Well, none of that fly now. Fam, I know people love the 90s and the early 2000s. The music was good, but a lot of folks was off code back then. They let a lot of stuff slide that wouldn't go on. Wouldn't be no damn Eminem talking about Michael Jackson nowadays. Heck no. No, that never went on like it did. Of course, Mike went and got his masters and stuff. But as soon as Mike got his masters the first time, as soon as Mike started getting his business savvy up, you notice immediately afterwards, he caught that first case. They did that to tarnish his name. They did that to tarnish his name. And fam, the FBI investigated Michael Jackson for 10 years and didn't find nothing. I was just showing somebody the other day, family. Yeah, the Beatles, Paul McCartney. Remember Paul McCartney said, I'd sell the Beatles music for this much. And Mike went and did it. And then Paul McCartney hated him forever. Why? Paul McCartney was mad that a black man did it. That's what that was really about. He was mad it was a black man who did it. That's what this is really about with Paul McCartney. You talking about the Beatles, you name all the Bon Jovi, all these things were worth billions of dollars. And you seen what they ended up doing. They ended up getting them. But let me go back to Mike, fam. Mike ended up getting that first case as soon as he started getting his money and his business game up. Remember, Mike is the one who gave all the old artists. Mike was deep. Mike was giving all the old artists back their masters. All the old artists who notoriously got messed up, he was giving them back their masters and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Come on, fam. Soon as that happened, he got that case. Fam, a lot of people don't even know this. Every single person who made allegations against Michael Jackson have all came out and said that they were lying and their parents put them up to it. You ain't see one retraction from any news outlet ever. Nobody ran a retraction. Not one. How many of you guys remember? How many of y'all old enough to remember when I'm talking about the first case with Michael Jackson? Y'all remember how much they covered that and they slandered his name? It was they damn sure he just did it. They was like, he did it. We don't want to hear it. It has been proven. This is the hidden fact that nobody talks about. It has been proven that Michael Jackson was falsely accused. All of those people, fam, it's not us saying it. The people who made the allegations came out and said it was a lie. How much more can you ask for? How much more can you ask for, family? They came out just like, nope, we didn't do it. You know, it's all a lie. Our parents told us to do it. Parents told us to do it. One of the people ended up unaliving themselves. They unalive themselves because their conscience got to them. Their conscience got to them. They unalive themselves. Fam, they act like it's some type of thing that's up for like debate or something. No, they confessed they were lying on Mike. And all the news agencies that conspired against him, they never said nothing in return. And then the second time it happened, and it came out that nothing happened, the same thing where they all admitted it. Fam, how can you have that type of case and nobody ever admits or even acknowledges that they were all false allegations? How? And they still are out here making these type of things. Absolutely. They did Mike dirty. They did Mike dirty, family. Mike was a warm-hearted, kind-spirited people in a jungle, and they treated him like filth, okay? Not only did he have the jackals and a lot of people who were around him trying to steal from him, he had family members that weren't honest and good to him, but then he had all these other people that were out to get him. Fam, how in the world can you truly have that? And then nobody says nothing. They still make them. Oprah's what? Boule. Oprah would sit there, and I remember when Oprah used to smile all in Mike's face. And then she out here making these two big straight to damn DVD documentaries about him. We make jokes around my way. We say, here comes the annual Michael Jackson is bad documentary. How many documentaries they done made about Michael Jackson after he passed away? Saying things that have been notoriously proven as false, and they still do it. They still do it, family. What are we talking about? And remember when they try to say Michael Jackson ran over to Byron? Remember that? They were like, he ran over to Byron. No, he didn't. Michael Jackson went over there because Michael Jackson was grieving a lot of the things that was happening after Bill Bray passed away and a lot of stuff, fam. You know what I'm saying? This was all a conspiring faction against Michael Jackson, family. It's always been that way, and we've been known it, fam. That's why I don't rock with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't rock with the Boule and none of these people. They played Mike, and that's why it's so good to see the movie doing well, is because in a lot of ways, fam, there's an FBA renaissance, and there's Michael Jackson that we're holding up and we're continuing to grow. Michael Jackson, first off, is the biggest person ever, okay? And when you talk about Michael Jackson being the biggest person ever, you also have to add on the fact that not only, absolutely he outsmarted them, not only is he the biggest person ever, Michael Jackson, there's a new Michael Jackson super fan born every day. You know what I'm saying? Kids right now who still think Michael Jackson's alive. You know what I mean? So Mike's going to shine and glow regardless. But the fact right now, if you notice, y'all, that we really standing on business and we hold Mike down and we uplifting Mike and we letting everybody know, like, nah, Mike is ours, man. Y'all can't have that. So we're uplifting him. Yep. James Brown. Absolutely. Yep. Remember, Mike flew all the way to go take care of James Brown after James Brown passed, and he handled all of that, man. You know, a guy who did everything for everybody, was always there, got a great record of holding people down, and the way that they played, bro, was very, very detrimental, and it was all set up soon as the man started getting his business game up. He outsmarted them, fam, and you could just see they went and they got him in other ways. That's why you watch it. All these things, whenever they say something about a brother, fam, I don't believe none of that stuff. I don't trust these people as far as I can throw them. I don't believe none of them because I understand the way that they operate, and they got to bring down systematically a brother, and they got to bring down systematically a sister. You know, take Whitney Houston, for instance, right? Remember they were saying, oh, Whitney Houston, she relapsed on the drugs. No toxicology report said that she had anything in her. And then the news, the same way they did to Michael Jackson, the news puts out those videos or those pictures, those still frame pictures of Whitney partying in the club. She's sweating because she's partying in the club. And the news portrayed it like she was high. And remember, Kelly Price and them were out there, and Kelly Price and them was saying she wasn't high, she wasn't drunk, none of that stuff. But the news is like, look how Whitney got high last night, and then she OD'd and drowned. Really, fam? I'm telling you, I seen a study a long time ago said black people would create 30% of crime, but receive 99% of the coverage. Think about that, fam. Think about that. So this is how they always play those games. I remember that with Whitney, and all her friends were like, no, she wasn't. Whitney wasn't doing nothing. She was normal. It was a normal thing. But the way they would frame the pictures of her in the club, where she's sweating in the club dancing like a lot of people do, they was like, oh my God, look at Whitney over there, high and everything. So that's how they do it, fam. They do it. They real funny style with all of that. Think about it. Take Tupac, for instance. They say Tupac is a rapist, right? Where Tupac was never even convicted of that. What are we talking about? Michael Jordan gambled. Mike Tyson, the same situation with Mike Tyson. His career went away because that person lied on him. And Michael Jackson. Tyson, Jordan, Jackson, all the Michaels, every last one of them had some type of scandal that just wasn't true, fam. And all the evidences came out and showed. Jimi Hendrix, absolutely. All the evidence came out and boom. Yep, I already see what you're saying about Clive Davis. Yep. Yep. This is why, as a community, we got to always hold each other down, and we got to always watch out for them snakes, fam. That's why I just wish a lot of those people like Tupac and Michael Jackson, I wish they had a community like we got each other now, fam. A lot of that stuff really wouldn't go on. A lot of that wouldn't go on. No, it would never go on. Not with this generation and not with this era and the way that we move. Because one, we know the game, and two, we be watching everybody. So yeah, Bobby Christina. And then, right after Bobby Christina, her boyfriend got unalived. The boyfriend ended up getting unalived. Remember they were saying it was the boyfriend? Now they got him. Fam, there's all types of bad things with the Whitney Houston situation. All types of bad things. But that's just how they move, and that's how they operate, fam. These people are real slick. So when I'm sitting there watching the Michael Jackson movie, you could just see the way Mike was hustling them. And by the way, let me say one thing that we're on code, fam. I don't know how old the brothers and sisters are in the house, and I'm sure we got a lot of folks, you know what I'm saying, out there that know what I'm talking about. One thing we don't do no more, and they used to do all this back in the 1980s. Do you guys remember all of those news stories back in the 80s where the what's wrong with black people stories? Do you guys remember those? That's where the term they always put the most ignorant NIGGA on camera. That's where that comes from. You guys remember the ABC news reports, the NBC news reports, the CNN news reports, and it was always, what about gang banging in Chicago? What about gang banging in LA? Let's ask you, Shaquita. Y'all remember all those 20, man, if you remember back in the day, Dateline, 60 Minutes, it was nothing but a bunch of stories about how bad black people were. And they would always get black folks to go get in the damn camera. Y'all remember that? We don't do that no more. That don't happen no more. They don't ever play them games with us. Remember, we're going to do a story today about parents not being in the household and parents being on drugs. And we're going to talk to little Jerome from Compton. Jerome, why is your dad gone? Dad's gone because of this. You don't like your father, do you? Remember that, fam? And we don't watch none of that stuff. Hell no. Nah. They used to do that all the damn time back in the 90s, in the 80s. Yeah, 2020. You know what I'm saying? They always had that. That's where the term they put the most ignorant on TV. That's where it comes from, y'all. Because black folks back then said, don't get on camera. Don't you talk to them, fam. Even all of it. You want to talk about the drugs. You want to talk about some of the other things. They would always do those stories. How do you know? Because matter of fact, if you watch the Michael movie, remember that segment they had in there about gangbanging and the Crips and the Bloods? And all of that stuff were real news clippings from back then. And they were talking about gangbanging in LA. And they would have all the black folks out there saying, why do you gangbang? Not telling you that all the stuff that they are selling was put in the damn community by people who look like the W who's hosting damn 2020. All of the weapons, they put them there. So, fam, they was always putting that stuff in people's face, and they was always asking, black folks, we don't go for that no more. You don't see them stories no more. And even at the height of all the epidemics that we've been through, the W's were doing it quadruple what we were doing it. This is how crack got associated with black people, even though we were doing it less than them, because 24-hour news coverage was talking about us doing the damn drug. This is how fatherlessness came. This is how gangbanging came. All of that is because they would purposely do that. It's the same. Yeah, if it bleeds, it leads. Absolutely. Yep. 48 hours. Absolutely. This is what they're doing. I was just watching the documentary about Michael Jackson, fam. I don't even know. I was a kid. I don't remember none of this stuff until I was just watching it. I didn't even know there was a scandal about Michael Jackson ticket prices for the damn, was it the Victory Tour, Thriller, and the Bad Tour? Fam, I didn't even know that there were they had a scandal about Mike back then. And I was literally just watching it. It was a bunch of W's from the news. And they're like, why don't black kids want to go see Michael Jackson? Aren't the tickets too high? I believe the tickets are too high and Mike is selling us out. I didn't even know they were doing that back then, y'all, about Michael Jackson then. Didn't even know. He was out there, selling out stadiums and stuff. They were saying the tickets was too high. They was always trying to get black folks back then. I remember with gangster rap. Gerardo, yep. Yeah, the welfare queens, yep. Remember with gangster rap back then. Why do you gangbang, Snoop? Tupac, are you a thug? Do you want to hit me? Don't hit me. Don't hit me, Tupac. I know you want to punch me, don't you? They used to be always agitating black folks back then. Fam, Rejoice says there's a lot of things that don't go on in the community today like it went on back then because we won't allow it, fam. We will not allow it. So I say all these things, not to just say them. I say all these things to connect them to where we are today and why today we're moving so strong is because we don't play them games, fam. You ain't going to come and put a microphone in my face and be like, well, what about your parents? No, I'm going to say, what about your parents? Let's talk about yours. So that's how they ended up getting all that stuff. Yeah, Jerry Springer, Maury. I didn't get in on that Maury stuff and all that. Yeah, I left all that alone. People sitting there watching that. Nah, they were just trying to make money off of black folks. I heard they was trying to bring Maury back. And that ain't going to work not with this generation. This generation ain't going to go for that. No. That ain't going to happen. You seen the Jackson 5 in Chicago? Much respect. Yeah, they was always harassing Mike, man. They was always harassing Mike just from start to finish. And he didn't have too many real riders with him, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I want to send a special shout out to him and Bill Bray, you know what I'm saying? Because they was really, really holding it down and he was holding Mike down. And that's the type of love that you got to have, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, Mike said it. Mike was like, that was his father. You know what I'm saying? That was his father. So much respect to all of that, fam. Yeah, we ain't dumb like that today. No, because the Boulet's not going to be there to shame us. You know what I mean? And be like, what are you doing over there? You need to get your mind right now. We ain't going for none of that. Nope, not in this era, not in this generation, not in this time frame. We are moving completely different and completely separate, fam. And that's why I'm loving the way we do. Still show cops. You ain't lying, family. Yep. Remember, oh my goodness. Where W's are committing the most crime, cops is all about us. All about us. Jerome, we're going to go over here. Jerome, I heard he's selling things. What about Bob? We'll walk right around Bob. What about Bill? We're going to walk right around him. What about Karen and Ken? We're going to step over them. And we're going to talk about the black folks. We don't go for none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? We don't say none of that. We don't go for none of that. We out here riding. We standing on business together, fam. And it's a beautiful thing, fam. It's a beautiful thing. That's why we out here doing it big. Yep. You absolutely right, Church. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The victory. Yeah. It was damn Joe Jackson and Don King. And they was putting it off on Mike. Man, them people was cold. He had all that. So I tell everybody, man, watch who's around you. Always watch your energy, protect your peace, family, and always protect yourself. That's the main thing that you always got to do, fam. And if you're protecting your energy and you're protecting your peace, and then you got a brother or sister next to you and they doing the same thing, fam, you start adding it up to 10s, to 20s, to 30s, to 40s, to 50s, to 60s, and it's only a matter of time till you get to that 50 million. And then we got 50 million of us stronger than ever, stronger together, and we watching each other's back. That's how we doing it. Same way with Michael Jackson. We make sure ain't nobody gonna disrespect Michael Jackson. Remember that little Bashir guy? Wasn't that his name, y'all? Was it Martin Bashir? Y'all remember that little documentary he did? Remember that? My brother was so mad when that stuff came on. My brother was so mad. That documentary should have literally got charged for that. Okay. That man should have literally got subpoenaed for that. Okay. They were literally cutting up, say, hey, Mike, how do you feel about this? And whatever Mike's answers were, they would cut it off real quick and then make it look like Mike was doing something wrong. Jay Leno. Let's talk about Jay. Remember Jay Leno, fam, The Tonight Show? Every night, Jay Leno, for years, he made PDF jokes about Michael Jackson. What part of the game is that? So bad that they basically gave Jay Leno a cease and desist, and he brought on other celebrities to come on and make those jokes. They said, what's Michael Jackson's favorite city? Youngstown and Boise. How can you make that type of joke, an allegation about a man who was proven innocent? They would never let no black person say that about one of them, even though we got every opportunity to do, because they do every type of crime. Jay Leno used to make late night jokes about Michael Jackson all the damn time. And when he didn't, he brought on other celebrities. See how quick them other celebrities was willing to throw him under the bus? That's why Jay Leno, if y'all seen him a couple, year or so ago, he looked like the mafia folks on threw him down a flight of steps. That anti-black karma done came to get him, right? Yeah, that's why don't nobody remember him. Martin Bashir, who's the tether, by the way, another tether. Look at that, Tethers and Mayos and Boule. Fam, Tethers, Mayos, Boule. Ain't them same people that we be checking today? And them was the same people that was coming at our brother Mike. Okay, so now we ain't going for none of that. We standing on certified business. We making sure ain't nobody gonna run up on one FBA. Because let me tell you something, fam. And this has been a saying in the foundational Black American community for years, but it holds even more weight now. And that is, if you mess with one foundational Black American, you done mess with all foundational Black Americans. Tethers may not do that. Mayos may not do that, but we do that, and they know better. So we be holding down Mike, we be holding down Prince, we hold down Whitney, we hold down Pac, we hold down each other, past, present, future. We hold all of each other down, and that's the best way to go, fam, because ain't nothing more dangerous than unified certifieds. And the certifieds are unified, so it's very damn dangerous. Shout out to Mike, dangerous, you already know. Certified salute, family. Y'all enjoy your night, man. It was a good time, man. We had a great broadcast, broke it all the way down. Shout out to the greatest of all time. Shout out to Bill Bray. Shout out to Mike, fam. Yes, indeed. We out here living dangerous, and everybody's afraid. But foundational Black Americans, we getting better with age, man. Shout out to everybody. I hope all my foundational Black American sisters enjoy Mother's Day. Shout out to all of the brothers. I want y'all to hold down everybody in your family, all your ladies, and hold yourself down as well. Make sure everything is good. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. There's nobody better than us. Let's protect each other, fam. Let's protect each other. Let's stand together. Let's make sure that we got each other's back. Let's make sure that we are well-rounded. Okay, everybody stay good, be in good health, and just be the best version of you. Because if you're the best version of you, family, that goes very, very far, and you will be able to achieve all of your dreams, family. So that's the prophecy of foundational Black Americans, a self-fulfilling prophecy that we have already fulfilled. Love you guys with the passion. Thanks for all of the blessings and all the loves and all the protections that you guys send me. I'm sending them right on back to you. And by the way, y'all can get this Black American legend certified100.com, man. We're gonna have a commercial. I'm gonna drop a commercial and everything for that, so y'all can make sure you get it, man. So hey, man, wear the vibe, man. Just let everybody know we different from everybody else. We separate from everybody else. We are once and not a lifetime. We're once and a forever time. Love y'all. Stay good, stay safe, stay on top of the world, foundational Black Americans, and I will catch you guys all on the other side. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. And remember, no matter where you go, no matter where you at, no matter what you do, that Black is beautiful, and beautiful is always Black. Certified salute. I want the whole damn world to hear this. And that is that foundational Black Americans, we didn't just build America, we created America. We're made in America. That's right. We're born in America and raised in America. We're from America, so we love America, and they not like us. We run America. Certified salute.